Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what's free to say? See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
The South Pacific, a diverse group of islands stretching across the vast Pacific waters. With their own identities, cultures, and ecosystems, each island offers an array of unknowns. New Zealand is part of the South Pacific family. Perched on shifting tectonic plates, the North and South Islands boast heavy volcanic activity and thousands of earthquakes each year. Because New Zealand is surrounded by water, many of its flora and fauna were brought to the country by immigrants. Today, New Zealand's punishing terrain, pounding rapids, and volatile conditions create a torture test for two men traveling alone. Brothers Chris and Casey Keefer will have to glean every resource they can in order to survive this South Pacific expedition. It's a race against the clock and a battle against the elements. Having successfully made it to the dropped zone, the brothers hit the ground with only the clothes on their back. With the helicopter's departure, the brothers are now alone in the New Zealand wilderness. They will have to rely on their wits and their limited gear to survive from here on out.
Oh, there it is.
That's it, we're here.
Made it undropped, baby, right here in New Zealand.
A little rainy.
Yeah, a little bit of weather, but
a little on and off.
Unbelievably gorgeous terrain, like unbelievable. So, I mean, I don't know what else to say. The thing was, it was unbelievable. I don't know how to.
Took a helicopter ride through the Southern Alps. You can't really complain about that much.
Yeah. We made it to the LZ. We got our cache items we got to go through.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like a very big pile. Can tell you that much right now.
Yeah, but at least we've got them. At least we know we have something to start with this time. That's a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's do it. We don't have to look for it. It's right here. We're gonna go through that cache items. We're gonna figure out what's going on. This river is absolutely gorgeous. Like, that water is crystal clear. Crystal clear. So,
all right, well, let's dive into this stuff.
Drop New Zealand.
See what
starts.
this weather's gonna do. It's in and out.
I know it is.
Expecting that.
It's all over the place. Rain, a little bit of sun. It's all right. Challenging right out of the gate.
Okay.
Let's go see what we got in the cache. Okay, buddy.
A little bit different getting gear out of the gate.
Yes. All right.
We got a raft. It's obvious. We're on a river.
Raft and rope is a good thing. Always. What is that?
helmet? Those helmets?
Yes. These are helmets.
You're kidding me.
We've never got a helmet before. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So there's probably going to be some whitewater ahead of us.
Apparently we're gonna get into some whitewater.
The helmet. What do you think? We're going to need this, huh?
I don't care how stupid I look. Chances are, if there's a helmet, I'm gonna be wearing it.
Yeah.
Chances are I'm gonna be needing it.
What are we needing a helmet for?
I don't know.
The river looked fine. We just flew all the way in. I guess we did fly in upstream, and we got to go that way.
Dangerous rapids are fatal when not handled properly.
So that's a little intimidating, though. I'm not going to lie to you.
Let's see if we got them. We're using life jackets too.
So PFDs, helmets, raft, which I'll take, and hey, bonus this time. Not just oars, but 2 of them. That's a bow. Okay, they're wooden oars.
The oars are critical. Should they break, the brothers could sustain serious injuries or death.
Careful with that.
Okay. What else we got? Here's the pump.
Okay, waders.
Chris and Casey must protect themselves from the unpredictable elements. The brothers' bare bones equipment consists of several layers of thermal clothing designed to be adaptable for any situation. An advanced pair of polarized sunglasses will protect their eyes from debris and the sun's UV rays, maintaining their range of vision. The rafting kit includes a 12 by 6 foot raft designed to navigate New Zealand's treacherous rivers, along with a rope, a nylon flip line, and an air pump. Each brother also received a pair of waders made of tightly woven waterproof fabric and wooden oars to control the raft as they make their way downriver. Several protective items have been supplied in the cache, including a pair of helmets and personal flotation devices. This is the first time Chris and Casey have received precautionary safety gear, a sure sign that danger awaits them.
That's not a big pile of stuff, but it's the essentials that we need right now, which I'm okay with. So that's what we got. No weapons, no anything else, but we do have the essentials to what looks to be go down the river right now. Okay.
Without a weapon, the brothers' food options are limited to what they can scavenge.
The helmets.
Yeah, I'm still thinking about these.
Kind of throws me for a little bit of
Yeah.
loop, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Of all the rivers we've ever done, never needed a helmet.
I've done a lot of rivers. Cool.
Alrighty, helmet.
Yeah.
Dropped with only a means of transportation, Chris and Casey Keefer must quickly come up with a plan of action before the sun dips below the horizon.
Well, we got the first cache. It's always exciting to see what you get in the first cache. Not a whole lot of stuff, but stuff that's usable, no doubt. Casey and I will kind of figure out what these helmets are for. It's a little intimidating when you land and the first thing you see is helmets and PFDs. But that's where I'm at with it. I'm excited. I'm kind of like super adrenalized right now, just coming in on a chopper and seeing all this beautiful land in New Zealand. And just to know that we've got some good items right out of the gate that we can utilize to get down the river is huge. So, I don't know, a lot of work ahead of us, but it's exciting. All right, let's do it. Based on timing, let's see what we can do, but I see we get the raft. Is that the inReach?
Yeah. It's right here in my boot.
The brothers are given a GPS communicator for safety, general directions, and future cache
It says
validations.
wear your helmet.
There you go. Okay. Welcome to the Southern Alps of New Zealand. You have 5 miles to your first cache destination. Good luck and stay safe.
5 miles.
5 miles.
Okay.
That's not that bad.
No, that's not bad at all.
Unless it's 5 miles with a helmet.
5 miles with a helmet would be bad. Yes.
Chris and Casey have 24 hours to reach their next cache destination. The next 5 miles will test their skills as oarsmen like never before. Navigating the rapids will prove difficult, but the razor-sharp rocks protruding from the canyon walls could easily slice open their raft and leave them stranded. If they can successfully navigate their way through the gauntlet of whitewater rapids, they will reach the shores of their second supply cache.
knowing that we have 5 miles to get to the next cache, I say we basically, I mean, we have to blow this up, right?
Yeah.
The weather is brutal and then good and then brutal and good on the way in. So I mean, it was totally spotty. Let's just kind
At
of see.
least if we get it up, and then we can make a decision of whether we go or we stay.
Yeah. I mean, we're already getting late in the evening. If we can get this up in time, we can make a decision whether we want to run 5 miles before dark or we want to just hold off and hit it in the morning. So, well, we got the essentials that we're going to need. There's no weapon, there's no anything for us to get food or eat or anything. So let's hope in 5 miles they're a little kinder.
Okay.
Don't lose that.
No.
Don't lose that.
Don't lose those.
I'm gonna take this. You're gonna have to wear this all the time during all the rafting.
I got a helmet, I'm wearing it.
All right. Well, let's blow this raft up. This over there. Ready?
With only a few hours before dark, Chris and Casey must quickly set to work inflating their raft. The barren shores offer little value, and without a readily available supply of food, the brothers will quickly burn through their limited amount of energy, leaving them tired and hungry.
Pump it up. This is terrible, man. Yeah. All right, where is the chambers? Right there.
Okay.
Chris and Casey Keefer have spent the last hour inflating their only means of transportation. The likelihood of finding food and shelter before dark shrinks with each passing minute, as they tirelessly work toward completing the mind-numbing chore.
Love that sun.
Dropped is officially underway. We actually got a cache where we landed this time, which is pretty sweet. We got the essentials, got the raft, the oars. One thing that's got me concerned a little bit, these helmets. Of all the rivers I've ever rafted, all across Alaska, the Yukon, North America stuff, never needed a helmet before. I didn't see water that looked dangerous at all, but I mean, hey, I came in from upriver, so who knows what's down. It's definitely going to present its challenges, but I'm excited. I'm ready to rock and roll. I mean, we are in the southern Alps of New Zealand. It's going to be an epic adventure one way or the other, no matter how you slice it, especially if I need help. Get that chamber good?
Yeah, she's checked out.
This is actually a pretty solid raft, actually.
Yeah, it is.
We got a bow line, we got a stir line. You know what we should do with these is rather than chaining them,
Yep.
because we got those helmets, chances are we're gonna be into some serious whitewater. We may have to get out in a hurry, is let's just loop them.
Yep.
And then we can tuck them under this lash rope right here.
Yep.
Like this.
Oh, and then just bring it through.
Yeah. So we'll just feed it through like that.
Yep.
And then if we have to bail out, we can literally bail out, and in one pull, you just grab it and we got it.
That'll
And
work.
then we can let it out as we, you know what I mean?
Yep.
It'll be a heck of a lot easier to do it like that.
Proper gear awareness is crucial when navigating treacherous waterways.
No, that'll work. I feel like that's good. This has a flip line right here, so I think we just acquaint ourselves quickly with it again. Pretty self-explanatory, but normally one of us would carry this on us, but since we're both pretty decent at what we're doing, I say we just leave it attached, right? So we just know it's floating.
Yep.
Instead of one of us carrying the flip line and having it on us, let's just leave it attached. So at the end of the day, if the raft is flipped, she goes over, the object would be for one of us scrambling to get either bow or stern, right? Pull ourselves up onto the raft, and then once we get up here, you're gonna search for that. We find it, this is where it's at. The nice thing is we're already wet, so you don't have to worry about it, and then basically from there, anchor, and then just pull it. And then she's gonna come back over.
Okay.
So
we'll do those ropes like that, leave the flip line on it. Other than that, we're good.
yeah, it's a beautiful little raft. So
Yeah.
Should work out great.
The 95-pound raft will serve as Chris and Casey's key method of transportation. It's 12 feet long and 6 feet wide and can support over 1,000 pounds of cargo thanks to heavy-duty polyurethane construction. A self-bailing floor allows water to freely flow in and out of the raft, preventing excess water weight from sinking it. 5 interior chambers are inflated to 3 psi to keep the raft buoyant. Should one chamber get punctured by the rocky river bottom, the remaining 4 chambers can keep the raft afloat. But if too many of its chambers become damaged or deflated, Chris and Casey will be stranded and unable to navigate the rushing waterways.
You want to get up there?
Yeah, go up maybe on the top up here and just see if we can't see what's ahead of us before we decide whether or not we want to hit the river.
Yeah, that's fine. Should be able to get high enough to get a good look at what's out there anyway.
Yeah, that'll work.
All right.
All right, I'll leave this here for now. Let's get some eyeballs on it.
I like that little raft though.
It's a cool raft. It's short, but it's got the width to it.
After spending much of the afternoon inflating their raft, Chris and Casey must now gain elevation to analyze the surrounding topography. Doing so will reward them with valuable information required to make the best decision moving forward.
Wow.
This opens up, huh?
Yeah, I'll say. Can't really see much of the river though.
No.
That's sweet.
It's majestic, if you will.
Chris and Casey Keefer are stranded in the middle of the New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with basic gear and only a means of transportation, the brothers must quickly and accurately assess the surrounding topography and build a plan of action before dark.
I don't really see the river,
No.
but she's some pretty country.
It's actually starting to come down pretty tight.
Well, you
Doesn't
kinda-
it look like it goes there?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is, it doesn't go up that gut right there.
As hunters and survivors, Chris and Casey have spent countless hours interpreting geographic formations. In situations like this, the brothers' deep well of personal experience helps them analyze the surrounding mountain range. Accurately predicting what's ahead of them is vital to the brothers' survival. One wrong move could put their lives in danger.
You know, it probably wraps, and when you got this one coming down, so I'm gonna imagine that it kind of wraps around here and heads that direction right there.
It's gonna get steep.
It is gonna get steep by the looks of it, but just ease her out. Based on a light that we have right now, as far as daylight, I don't want to necessarily rush it. So, I mean, the raft is as good as any. Plop down for this evening.
Well, if we had like 6 or 8 hours left, it'd be one thing, we could hit the river, but without that.
No, it's gonna be dark in 2 hours, so hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, I say we hit the raft, crash in that tonight.
Yep.
Hope and pray that the weather stays like it does right now, and then let's hit the river in the morning.
Yep. Okay. Another night in a raft.
Hey, that raft is pretty comfortable. At least it's not 9 degrees in the Arctic.
The Southern Alps is an intimidating mountain range that covers over 2/3 of New Zealand's South Island. Because the region is surrounded by vast areas of ocean, strong westerly winds race across the small landmass, bringing rain and frequent changes in the weather. The mountain's high elevation traps moisture brought in from the ocean on the western front, creating a lush green environment. The winds that make it over the peaks dry out the eastern region in what is commonly known as a rain shadow. The northern parts of the island are closer to the equator and feature subtropical climates, while the south is much more violent, with fluctuating temperatures. The brothers' trip will force them to crisscross multiple regions, and the varying conditions will create new opportunities and challenges along the way. With the sun below the horizon, the brothers settle down for their first night in a foreign land.
First night in New Zealand. What are you thinking?
Back in the raft. It's actually not too bad. The raft's pretty comfortable. It's getting a little chilly out though.
I know, right? It could use a fire and a blanket, but I'll take it for now. It's getting cold, there's no doubt about it. There's snow at the top of the peaks.
Listen to that. It's so weird laying here at night listening to Canada geese fly over.
It's kind of unique in the way that I keep thinking about us being in Alaska and the Yukon for so many years. You're looking for like caribou and moose up on the hills, and
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know, it's different. It's hard to explain.
well, We got a long day tomorrow. We got to get to that cache. We don't know what's up ahead of us. I'm gonna try and get some rest. All I know is if it starts raining or snowing, we're gonna flip this thing, so be prepared to wake up, because I am gonna shake you.
We should be good. We got clear skies. I'm staring at the Southern Cross up there right now. Should be fine.
All right, well, long day tomorrow. Hopefully the cache has some good stuff in it. But for now, time to check out, go to sleep.
I'm out.
That's it.
It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm wide awake. It's freezing cold, and our raft is losing air.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing. Whitewater rapids possess the strength and unpredictability to cause life-threatening injuries. Rapids are categorized based on speed, size, and danger levels. Classes 1 through 3 are slower in speed, but their irregular waves and sharp rocks require quick thinking to maneuver through. Class 4 rapids are longer and more dangerous, with turbulent waves and constricted passages. Even the most experienced of whitewater rafters can have difficulties. Class 5, the most extreme, are violent and nearly impossible to navigate. Chris and Casey must always be ready to react and adapt to the changing waterways. If the brothers are thrown from the raft, they could face serious bodily harm or even death.
Cold. Frozen. Cold. That was brutal, man.
Unprotected from the freezing cold, the brothers' first night has left them exhausted and sore.
You notice this? Yeah. We got a major problem, eh?
Yeah.
The entire raft is losing air.
A punctured raft could spell disaster for the brothers.
That's cold.
Were you up most of the night?
Yeah.
Sleeping in stints of like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And then this right here is losing air. And it's losing it in every chamber, including the center sections and the floor. So why would it be losing air in every one? I mean, that's why they're chambered.
I don't know. But that's not good at all.
No.
I mean, if it's losing air sitting still,
Yeah.
what's it gonna do when we're going down the river and pressures, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. We're gonna have to watch that because that could be bad.
If the raft is damaged, the brothers will have no choice but to cross the mountain range on foot.
Beautiful day. We got that going for us. We just need to get warm.
Yeah.
Well, let's get warmed up. Get that
Look at
baby full of air and start moving on the river. We'll warm up even more. We got to get to that next cache.
Oh. Oh. I can feel it instantly.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
All right. get air in that boat.
Take me a minute to get going here in the morning. I don't know, I've always been like that, kind of get my bearings, ease into it, take my time to get going. Chris is always up and right at it, motor's running right away. Kind of like to take my time a little bit.
It's a bluebird day in New Zealand. I really want to see what she has to offer us. I know it's going to be absolutely beautiful based on our flight in. I'm ready. I'm excited. I'm charged up.
I'm tired right now. Wasn't tired earlier. 4 o'clock this morning. I was wide awake.
I'm just walking this edge here, just trying to get warm. Oh, I feel like as soon as I get the blood flowing again, Casey and I can get that raft full of air and hit the river.
I think just a combination of just the moisture in the air being so close to the ocean. You know, we lost sun at like 4 o'clock yesterday, maybe even earlier, which is why we decided not to hit the river.
I'm ready to see what this river's got. A little concerned about the helmets, a little concerned about the air in the raft, but just gotta stay energized. That's the plan right now. Give her all she got.
It's interesting to see what these temperature variances are gonna do. Feels like it's probably gonna get up into the 60s, maybe even 70 today. But then it drops down like that at night. Whew. See what the river holds.
Reinflating the raft has eaten into the brothers' limited daylight. They must hurry or risk navigating whitewater rapids in the dark.
We got a lot of river ahead of us.
Okay.
She's cold, but she's beautiful.
Good back there?
Yeah, I'm excited now.
All right, let's stay left. Let's give her a whirl. Let's see what New Zealand has to offer.
So, do you think we need to put these helmets on?
Chris and Casey Keefer are making their way downriver toward their second cache. Only an hour into their trip, the brothers are already beginning to see and hear warning signs of the dangers that lie ahead.
Right in the middle of the river.
What's that? You gotta talk a little loud with these rapids.
Right in the middle of the river.
Yeah, that's a big rock, man. I can see it right there.
I say we pull over and check it before we hit the chute.
Yeah, we need to look at it because that's definitely a raft flipper or even a raft ripper.
Take a look at it. I'd rather see it before we actually try to do it.
Before we run into it.
Large boulders are commonplace in New Zealand's rivers due to the collision of the Pacific and Indo-Australian plates buried beneath the island. Known as the Alpine Fault, the grinding of these two plates causes earthquakes, landslides, and erupting volcanoes. Sharp rocks and debris loosened by frequent earthquakes litter the waterway. Chris and Casey must stay alert and react quickly in order to maneuver the raft around dangerous obstacles lining the riverbed. One wrong move could result in life-threatening consequences.
The problem is there's two currents right here that split, see them?
Yeah.
It's like
well,
right
the main
there.
current's going directly into the side of that rock.
Yeah. Look at that water hitting the side of that rock right there. Just hammering. That's where you don't want to be because that's where you list.
So maybe this is why we got the helmet.
I'd say this would be start of the helmets.
What's the backside look like?
It looks fairly clean.
Yeah. No, it's clean.
Well, and that stuff over there does look sharp. It looks like it's new from that earthquake coming down out of there.
Yep.
Last thing we need to do is peel a raft. If we set up high enough up here, you got one rock up top, you got that second rock right there, and then you got the third rock. But if we can get left after that one,
cut it,
and try to get right
shoot
through the
it,
gut.
and then let it go. I mean, this gorge is closing in on us. So I don't know.
Tight it's
I'd
getting.
rather walk it out, check the line, let her buck.
Yeah, fine by me.
Now we're getting into some adventure.
If we do go into that, get on the oars.
I will try my best.
Chris and Casey must be smart in order to safely maneuver around the boulder. The obstacle marks the start of the most dangerous section of rapids. Multiple rocks are directing the water's flow right into the heart of the boulder. Chris and Casey must use speed, strength, and timing to escape the raging current and steer the raft to the left of the rock. A head-on collision would pin them to the boulder. The overwhelming force of the river would flood the raft, forcing it to list and sink, leaving the brothers helpless and at the mercy of the raging rapids. Hitting the proper line is crucial to the brothers' survival. Trying to correct course mid-river will be almost impossible. The brothers had made it past the rock, but it was just a precursor for the dangers that lie ahead.
Right here, keep going. Good, good. Okay, stay right. Comes the line. Stay in the center. Don't lose it. Watch the rock. Okay, good. Now, center. Got it. No, nice line.
Oh, so check that out right there. That is what we just came through. I mean, just a gorge beyond all gorgeous. I mean, so gnarly, and crags and rocks and white water. I mean, it had everything. Man, that was awesome. And then it's like, we spit out the end and here it is, nice and calm. Getting back into the sun, but it's getting chilly, eh? What do you got?
Yeah, it's getting cold. Had to pull over and get changed here for a second. I took some water in the front. That was a little bit of a challenge. I see now why we got the helmets and the PFDs, and we definitely strapped up. But it's not over. We still got a little bit of ways to go before we get to that cache, and that sun is going down. So as much as I want to stand here and enjoy everything, I also want to make sure we get there tonight and hopefully get through this next section. But incredible, absolutely incredible.
There it is.
Time is slipping away as the sun dips towards the horizon. The brothers have less than an hour to find and validate the cache before they lose its contents to the ticking clock.
It seems to be the most logical place, right? Just beach it in here somewhere and look for it.
Dude, this raft is losing so much air. Look at that.
I know.
I mean, it's just dropping drastically.
We're right at the 5 mile marker, is that what it says?
I'll check it again, but it said
These are
5
the only
miles.
willows we've seen the entire way down the valley, so this has got to be it.
Yep, 5 miles.
That's it?
Yeah, just start looking.
Yeah, if you see it,
Okay.
let me know.
All right. It's gotta be here somewhere.
The cache is located somewhere in the dense grove of willow. The brothers must hurry, but also use caution. Hastily overlooking an area may prove to be a critical mistake.
It's so nice to camp up in these willows. Oh. What's that?
I found it. Got it? Yeah, I got it. It's over here.
All right.
Yeah, baby.
What do you got?
Right now we got a bow, we got a PSC and a blood sport, which is one of those. And then we've got a pack, and I haven't gotten that far yet.
One arrow?
One arrow.
I guess it's better than no arrows.
We got the pack,
What's that?
hammocks.
Okay.
So we've got those.
Plenty of trees, obviously. I was really hoping it'd be in these willows.
Okay, here's the release for the bow. We got some rope with that. See what's in here. I mean, that's it right now. There's nothing else in the pack.
All fishing gear.
That's all the fishing gear. That's everything.
Everything. We got reels, we got rods.
Well, that's awesome.
This willow cache provides Chris and Casey with the tools to gain necessary food resources. A compound bow and arrows afford the brothers the opportunity to harvest wild game, but they must be wise and accurate with their aim. One lone broadhead means the brothers must ensure their shot is on the mark, or risk going hungry. The fishing kit includes a 5-weight fly rod and a large arbor reel, along with multiple lures and flies. New Zealand is well known for its trout and salmon fishing, a resource the brothers hope to take full advantage of. The addition of a day pack allows them to transport gear long distances and keeps their hands free while traversing the rugged New Zealand wilderness. Inside the pack was a pair of hammocks, which will keep the brothers up off the ground and protected from New Zealand's relentless insects.
Okay, so let's back up for a second.
The hammocks I'm excited about.
No, that's gonna be better than that raft. I can tell you that much.
We got all this wood with no way to start a fire.
No fire means even if they were to take down an animal, they would have no means of cooking it.
Okay, check in so that we're good to go here.
If the brothers had forgotten to validate the cache, the gear would have become void and ineligible for them to use.
We found it.
Says it's sending.
Okay.
It works. We got fishing gear.
Yeah, let's just figure it out, man. Go from here.
Having found their second cache, Chris and Casey now survey the surrounding area for resources and intel. While Chris gets elevation, Casey searches the lowlands for a possible food source.
There's no mistaking what the game does in here. Massive trail. Be really nice to get under a canopy too. These willows are awesome. So helpful. Staying warm, dry wood. Gotta be careful walking through here with my waders on. Let me get back in here. This might be a massive patch of blackberries. Yeah, these are all blackberries. As far as I can see, these are all blackberries. Look at that. Yep. I mean, we've got a bow now, which is good because we can start hunting. We still don't have a real legit way to start a fire, but these are huge. I have not eaten since I touched down. Oh, that is so good. It's just a pick-me-up. I mean, it just brings you around, gives you some flavor, gives you a little bit of energy, a lot of sugar in berries, so it kind of gives you a little pep in your step. And there's nothing better than seeing an endless amount of berries. So I'm gonna get these loaded up, actually load up my hat, and take a bunch of these back to camp.
As Casey collects berries, Chris finally reaches the plateau overlooking the river and the valley beyond.
Oh, this is sweet. Having this kind of elevation right out of camp is really huge because we're able to get up here and see all of the land. And then looking at it, there's 3 valleys that come together right here and a creek that kind of goes up, and it looks like it cuts up through there. And that's got to be full of game in there. So that's what I definitely want to look at. Now that we have a weapon, it opens up everything. We've got goats, pigs, and rabbits. I mean, it's all fair game right now, and I'm excited about it. I wish I had time right now, but the light is just dropping. There's no way we're gonna be able to get over there in time. So we gotta get back, set camp before dark, kind of get a game plan for tomorrow morning, start early, but that's got to be explored over there. I gotta go see what else he's found. Oh, good idea.
Huh?
It's a good idea to weight her down. What'd you find?
Berries.
Berries?
Berries.
What kind of berries?
Blackberries. Big blackberries too.
And they're fresh?
Yeah, they're everywhere. Literally all across this flat right here. I stayed on this bottom flat and kind of just went that way.
Really?
Yeah, they're everywhere.
Can you hand me one of those?
Yeah, I brought you a handful.
Oh, there's just a bunch of them back there?
Yeah, I mean, more than a bunch. I pretty much gorged as many as I could eat.
So, oh, they're good too. They're actually like ripe.
Yeah.
Boom. That's a good source of food.
Yep.
Well, I just went up and got elevation. The river, obviously, it does like a big horseshoe, comes back.
Yep.
3 big ridges come together as a creek.
Okay.
I mean, if we're gonna go hunting, that'd be a great spot to go.
All right.
Wait for morning, we're losing light. I say we just wait her down. Yeah. Let's put them up, huh?
Yeah,
Kind of excited to sleep in the hammock.
I know, I threw this jacket on. It's getting a little nippy.
That'll be fun.
After surviving an arduous day of whitewater rafting and finding their most recent cache, the brothers are in high spirits. With light quickly fading, all they can do now is try and get some well-earned sleep before tomorrow's challenges, or hunger, awakens them.
Okay, look at this setup, huh? I like it.
A lot better than sleeping in the raft.
Way better than sleeping in the raft. Long day on the river.
It's so crazy because you get dropped, you get the adrenaline going, you get moving, you get grooving, and then all of a sudden it just hits you like, bam, I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at.
We're feeling pretty good about the cache. I mean, we got a weapon now, we got a fishing rod. So, I mean, at least we have means to go hunting, which is what I'm ready to do right now. Good stuff, man. Another good day in New Zealand. Feeling pretty good about it.
Any day in New Zealand's a good day in New Zealand.
Yeah, exactly. Now all we need is that pepperoni pizza that you ordered.
Oh, with that I bid you adieu.
That'd be so good right now. Oh, my Lord. Okay, that's it.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what's free to say? See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Through amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Early settlers introduced several invasive species to New Zealand's wilderness, which have ruthlessly disrupted the island's ecosystem. The native flora and fauna have been unable to adapt to the introduction of invasive pests such as pigs, goats, stoats, and rats, who compete for limited resources. The once thriving native ecosystem has been decimated by these unwelcome species and will limit the brothers' opportunities to find adequate food resources.
Morning.
What's up?
Nothing. Sleep all right?
I got all these bites.
I didn't get bit
wrist.
last night. I was wrapped in that thing like a hot dog.
I'll tell you what, when we lose sun for a long time.
I know.
I mean, it's not like we're in a range that runs east to west. It rises behind the mountains and sets behind the mountains.
know.
We have it like a brief window.
It's still not all the way up.
You want to get rolling here or what?
Or at least try to.
Oh, you hear that?
But, oh.
It's in reach.
I was wondering what that was, because we didn't get our thing last night.
No, we didn't get it last night. Oh, we
We usually get it when we validate, and we didn't get it.
Okay.
What do you got?
Hold on a second here.
Is it confusing, or?
It says we have 2 caches ahead, but we have to pick one. Take the high hard road and be rewarded, or raft the river and find luxury.
We have to be at the next cache today?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, be rewarded. I'd like to be rewarded with luxury. How does that happen? We have to pick one? We can't split and go to both of them.
No, we have to pick one.
Are they both the same distance away?
Yeah, it says we've got 1 mile and 1 mile.
Hey, one by foot, one by water.
Chris and Casey's third cache will test the brothers' ability to cooperate. The hard road cache is tucked away high in the foothills above the brothers' current location, while the river cache is located a mile downriver buried deep in a gravel bar. With only 6 hours to find either, the brothers must choose one quickly or risk losing both.
If we go by foot, we come back here. If we go by water, we're moving again. We have no idea what we're gonna get into. I say we stick with the plan that we had. I would rather stay in this camp and hunt this valley, go up and hard and see if we can't find it.
Yeah, but luxury. I mean, what could be luxury?
Chris's frustration mounts with each passing second as Casey weighs the options.
Is that ticking right now?
Right now,
Like it's running.
we have to choose.
So I say we grab our gear and let's hoof it. High hard road. Hunt our way there.
If we take the river, we can fish.
Yeah, but we got rabbits along the way and you're gonna let the first fish go anyway.
True.
I mean, let's
This
be
is
honest,
true.
we're gonna find a fish and you're gonna let him go anyway. So I say we just forget that entire situation and let's go this way for rabbits, food, and reward.
But luxury. I mean,
I know.
I'd have to assume that's going to be a pretty nice deal.
Okay, well, that's my vote. I'm gonna throw that out there.
We
I
can't.
just don't want to leave. I don't want to hit the water. I don't want to get in the raft. And if we go this way, we can hunt our way. And we never take the low road. Let's go.
The longer the brothers take to decide, the less time they have to find the cache. Chris and Casey Keefer have been given 6 hours to find and validate one of 2 equipment caches. The longer it takes for them to come to a decision, the less time they have to find either.
All right, well, this is the first time that Casey and I have had to kind of make a decision.
You know, we've got the option right now to either raft or hike.
We have a bow, and I want to use it.
You need to set limitations and you need to have realistic expectations.
I'm kind of more, let's rock and roll, let's go do it right now. Casey's more of a, let's sit back and think about it for a second and then let's assess the situation. And I don't think we have time to do that.
And if there's one thing that I've learned in all of my time out here, it's don't be a hero. Don't get 5, 6, 7 miles off the river.
I want to go hunting. You know, he's thinking, hey, let's just fish down there. I know that. Let's put in the extra effort. Let's crush it.
If we don't have to bust ourselves by trying to go hike up top, climb and rip our way through, you know, who knows what, why would we do it? Because the reality of the situation is we don't know what's in either cache.
Maybe it won't pay off. Maybe the reward's going to be nothing. It's going to be something silly. But I'm willing to risk that.
We're on the same page. If we're gonna bust it up there and we're gonna hike it, I'll be right there busting it and hiking it with Chris. But again, I think that's what makes us a great team, because I can think ahead and he can think in the here and now, and there's a time for both, and there's a time where you need both, and it's just a different approach. So
I'm in New Zealand. I'm here to hunt. I'm here to gather food, and I'm here to be on this adventure and test our skills, and that is testing our skills. The luxury way doesn't really sit well with me.
With no time to spare, the brothers finally agree to take the high, hard road toward the mountain cache with hopes of finding food along the way.
High hard one. Oh. They don't make it easy here.
I gotta get
But
the blood flowing.
hopefully we're making the right decision. Although right now luxury would be good.
Finding the cache and a food source is imperative as the brothers head up the mountain. The trek will burn large amounts of energy. If they were to come back empty-handed, it could dramatically impact their chances of survival.
Goats. Goats right here. See them? Down the bottom. a pile of them.
The brothers have found a band of wild goats, but they are a long ways off and in the opposite direction of the cache. In the process of searching for their third supply cache, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer spotted a band of wild goats off in the distance. With the clock counting down to validation, the brothers must quickly come up with a plan of action or risk missing out on the valuable equipment.
It's gotta be up on this ridge up here somewhere.
What if we split? What if I went for meat and you went and got the cache?
Yeah.
Let me go after them and see if I can get something.
Okay.
And let's plan on like 2 hours.
I'll come find
If I'm not back by dark, just wait longer. All right. Hey, be careful. Find that cache. I only got 1 arrow, so I gotta make it count.
As Chris heads back down the mountain to stalk the goats, Casey continues his trek upward in search of the cache. Both brothers must move quickly and cautiously if either hopes to succeed.
How do I let him talk me into this stuff?
I'm trying to decide what to do here. This tussock and this broom is so thick. Going through it, I mean, with all the briars and everything, I was trying to see if I can get higher because I want to be able to go on the other side and come down on them versus kind of skirting it and walking the bottom. So I walk the bottom, I'm walking right at them with my wind going in there. I just assume come down on top of them so I have the advantage. All this broom everywhere is so high, it looks like it's nothing, but it's thick. Okay. Oh yeah, there's a path. Bingo.
Take a breather here for a minute. See where I'm at. Check this in reach.
The mountain's steep elevation is taking its toll on Casey. With nothing solid to eat in the last 2 days, he's running on fumes. With time quickly running out, he must trudge forward or forfeit the valuable supply of equipment.
Let's keep looking around. Definitely a mile. A New Zealand mile, which is a lot longer.
Well, I came up here on the top, got a bird's eye view. From what I can tell, I got 14 wild goats down in front of me. When I got up here, I thought I was gonna be able to use this broom to my favor. Problem is, I've got the advantage to see them, but when I came around this ridge, I've run into a rock face. It looks like it's a recent earthquake slide that's just kind of grown in or something. I have no cover, so I gotta figure out and watch them where they go, and then I'll make a plan. If I can get down and get level with them, I've got 1 arrow in my PSE. These things are complete pests in New Zealand. These goats stink. I can't explain the smell. You can smell them from a mile away. It's unbelievable. The wind just coming this direction. You can actually smell them. Whew.
Over 14% of New Zealand is inhabited by feral goats. This adaptable species was brought to New Zealand by earlier settlers as a food source and has since grown to uncontrollable numbers. They've devoured native vegetation to the point of endangerment and trampled landscapes, leading to soil deterioration and erosion. These agile creatures have excellent balance and are able to take shelter in tough terrain. If Chris wants to take one down, he'll need to be extra cautious moving forward.
So the last ridge has got to be up here somewhere. Oh, right there. It is. With a rifle. Oh my God. Okay. I got the rifle. That's huge. Got a pack. What else we got in here? We got binos. Always a bonus. We got here. We got a knife and a flint. Perfect. Now we got a way to start a fire. That is awesome. The very bottom. Ammunition. Boy, that's a game changer. Oh, I got a water bottle too. Awesome. I got everything I need to be as effective as possible out here now.
The high, hard road has paid off and justly rewarded the brothers with a Model 70 270 short magnum rifle, a full box of ammunition, and a rifle scope. This equipment allows the brothers to take big game from a distance and increases their chance of success. Inside a day pack was a set of 10x42 binoculars that should prove useful for trying to locate game and provide a better look at what's ahead. The binoculars are tucked into a soft harness with an elastic strap for quick carrying. Rounding out the critical cache items is a fire starting kit that contains a sharp knife with a sheath that holds a flint striker. These items allow the brothers to quickly build a fire to cook food and keep warm during long, cold nights. As Casey validates the cache, Chris is on the opposite side of the mountain, making his way down into the valley in hot pursuit of a lone Billy.
I have no idea if I smoked him out or not. Okay. Scrub brush is making it almost impossible because they're the same height as the scrub brush. That's only 4, there's 20.
The tall brush hides the goat's movement. If a lone goat were to spot Chris prematurely, it could panic and send the whole herd running.
I'd like to get closer so that I know for a fact I got 1 arrow and I don't want to wound this animal. I want to make sure it's a clean kill. I gotta get as close as I can to make sure that this is it.
As Chris closes in on the Billy, he stumbles upon another, looking directly at him. A feral goat has spotted Chris from only 15 yards. Having gone almost 36 hours without a solid meal, losing this opportunity now could put the brothers in a dire situation.
Oh my goodness.
The startled goat has alerted the rest of the herd and sent them running.
Okay. We just came out of here with nothing. I don't even know what to say or do right now. Just feeling a little defeated right now. Man, that is brutal. That was such a long stalk. I had one, and he was laying down. And I'm not gonna take a shot with 1 arrow. It's unethical. To shoot him laying down. When he stood up, he just bounced. I'm gonna keep pushing up the river, but most of them started to scatter pretty good. There was a lot of them in here though, so I'm not real sure. Well, the best thing to do is not give up. I'm gonna keep searching all this stuff until I am positive they're not in here. As of right now, I'm looking at nothing. I gotta keep pushing. No, wait. Oh, there's one right there.
Another Billy has surprised Chris by stepping out of the high brush at only 15 yards. But with only 1 arrow, this may be Chris's last opportunity.
Yes, I put it right in the shoulder. There should be dead in a wedge. Oh yes, I got 1 down. I hope. Okay, I got blood right here. Blood. And I saw him cut up into the top up here. Well, I thought I was busted there. I thought there was no way I was gonna get another one. One stepped out, goat or not, I gotta eat. There he is. I'm gonna have to get this thing sort of caped out, and I just realized I don't have a knife. I gotta get to work. Okay, I gotta think about this. I gotta find a way to get some back straps off this and everything taken care of. Okay.
Without a knife, Chris must tap into his ingenuity if he wants to process the goat hide and meat. Removing an animal's hide is a tedious process. With only a broadhead to skin the goat, Chris must utilize a 2-inch blade to slice through the goat's hair, fat, and layers of muscle to reach the meat. Chris must carefully handle the 1/2-inch thick blade. The goat's hide and meat is tough and riddled with bacteria. A simple cut could easily become infected and turn into something far more critical.
Cut this up here. They're just dirty, nasty creatures. Is that a rifle?
That's a rifle.
Oh.
I was wondering when you were gonna see that.
Oh,
Did you find a winner kill?
wow. Oh, you got so much stuff.
I got so much.
You have a pack.
Got a pack, got ammo, got a rifle,
Oh, you really were?
got a knife, got a flint.
Really? A knife? That'd have been nice.
Did you skin him with a broadhead?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yes. Cut myself a couple times, but
That's an
it
interesting
worked.
setup.
I grabbed as much meat as I possibly could get.
So you do have meat in there?
I do have meat.
He's not too stinky.
He stinks.
goat.
He's in the pack. It's a trick. He stinks.
I haven't eaten goat, so we'll see.
Neither have I.
It's better than nothing,
But right now,
hopefully.
I'm spent.
Oh, we still got a ways to go to
I
get
know.
back there.
I know. We got to get back before dark. So let's head it up over the top.
And then down the back ridge and the back side.
All right, let's
Ready?
roll. Yep.
Okay,
I'm good.
let's go.
Can't believe you got a rifle and a knife.
With a successful hunt and cache retrieval behind them, the brothers must now make their way back to camp. With light quickly fading and exhaustion setting in, the brothers are in high spirits, knowing they now have a solid source of food and new gear to aid them in their journey.
Well, we just got back to camp. I just got done hanging up this guy. It's too late to really get into too much. Plus, we're just whooped from that hike. There's a lot of calories burned today. Big hike up there. I think we'll tuck in the hammocks, start our day tomorrow.
I can't tell you what the cache just did for my confidence level. Gave us a rifle, some ammo, some binos.
We got meat. We took the high, hard road, and it paid off. And I feel like now we're in the chips.
I'm feeling good, all in all. I'm a little tired. I'm starting to slow down a little bit, but I'm feeling good. The weather's nice. I mean, all in all, not a whole lot to complain about. Stare up at the stars in the sky and fade off to sleep. Tomorrow is another day.
The following is an Outdoor Channel original production.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what's me to say? See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Through amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
New Zealand is known for being one of the best fly fishing destinations in the world. Several introduced species such as salmon, perch, and trout have flourished here. A lack of competition and an abundance of food have allowed the fish found here to grow to giant proportions. However, these waters are also known for being some of the toughest fly fishing on the planet. The deep pools of crystal clear water found along the river allow the ancient fish to spot an angler from far away. Pulling a fish from this river could offer days' worth of meat, but will also prove exceedingly difficult should the brothers need an alternative supply of food.
I'm so lost out here all alone. Oh Lord, can you hear me, Lord? I'm so lost with you out there alone. Tell me I ain't crazy for being crazy. I'm a rebel man. Oh Lord, that's what I am.
Come on.
Should you get that thing going or what?
No.
No?
No. Oh, come on.
Having gone over 72 hours without a proper meal, Chris is struggling with even the most basic of tasks, like starting a fire. But with food in camp from yesterday's kill, the brothers can finally fill their empty stomachs.
It's gonna be interesting.
Smells goody.
Well, the only thing we need is something to cook it with. So if you can maybe get some sticks or some stuff that we can spit it up with, and I'll just keep working on this, because right now, I'm not having success.
I'll leave these right here. We'll get some sticks. It's old bush spit.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on. Come on, come on.
Just looking for some good green trees. We got a plethora of dead stuff in here, which is a good thing, but I need some green stuff that I can use. We're gonna make a good old-fashioned bush spit. Look around here, try to find some of these smaller green willows.
Live wood contains large amounts of water, which will extend the branch's burn time and prevent the valuable food from becoming lost in the flames.
So basically, the idea of making a bush spit is not very hard. Find 2 good green sticks that you can get with good Ys at the top. You can come up and get a good Y out of. You want them green so that they don't catch fire. You're gonna put those on either end of the fire. Then you gotta find a good branch to go across the middle and act as basically the spit. It's gotta be big enough in diameter that it can hold the weight of what you're trying to put on it. Spear the meat right through that, run it all the way across the fire, and cook your meat right there over the heat. I mean, it's really not rocket science. There's a million ways to cook when you're out here, but a good old-fashioned bush spit is basically the easiest one of all. So let's break that one off. That's it. That's as simple as it gets right there.
Stay. There we go. Yes, we have fire. Casey, I got fire for now.
The fire breathes new life into Chris with the promise of a hot meal.
I got sticks.
Thank goodness.
Well, yeah, I see the smoke.
Took forever.
Why's that?
Just couldn't get it to hit, and then it just got that perfect leaf. I'm working it.
She's still teetering.
I know. We're getting there.
I got a couple of Y sticks here. Sit down and start carving them.
Okay. I'm just gonna really try and get it going.
So let's use this for the spit.
Having rafted several miles through raging rapids, hiked up and over a mountain, and battled long, sleepless nights, the brothers desperately need a solid meal soon, but they must be patient. Attempting to eat improperly prepared food in the wild can prove to be a fatal mistake.
Come to Papa. Yes. Okay. Need a little air to it.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little nervous about this meat.
Yeah.
Dude, it stinks.
Chris and Casey are preparing to have their first meal in almost 3 days. With a long journey still ahead, the brothers need the goat meat from Chris's kill to replenish their depleted energy.
Go bango.
Okay.
There we are.
Fire's gonna be rolling. That's not a knife. All right. Does it stink?
Oh,
The meat stinks?
so bad. So bad.
Male goats, also known as billies, produce excessive amounts of testosterone and adrenaline during their rutting phase. Large amounts of adrenaline released by stress limits the production of lactic acid post-mortem, which can turn the meat dark, firm, and dry. This purplish tough meat will be high in pH, giving off a metallic flavor, and is highly susceptible to spoilage. With daily temperatures in the 70s, bacteria could taint the meat in hours and make the meat inedible.
What do you think here? We're pretty done, eh?
Yeah.
Get one off. Oh yeah, they're done.
Oh,
done.
God, it looks so good.
Here, I'll let you do the honors.
Really?
It's your goat.
Okay.
And
A little tough.
a little chewy. Taste-wise?
Taste-wise, I've had better. Every now and then I'm getting a hint of goat. No, like it. Bad.
Bad. Oh my lord. Tastes like iron.
The rancid meat is almost too much for Casey to handle.
I mean,
But-
it's cooked all the way through, there's no doubt. And
Oh,
we
it's
may
cooked.
just have to like torch it.
I don't know. I'm just gonna power through it right now. I do not care move from the Arctic, I can tell you that much.
Okay, well, here we go.
It's warm all the way to the belly.
Oh my lord.
Wow, it's so chewy.
The goat meat has quickly turned against the brothers.
So bad.
That's all we got right now. Well, we do have other means of
Oh.
a heavy chew.
Oh.
Well, whew, that's my first goat. Probably gonna be my last goat.
I should power through it.
Listen, it's meat in our bellies. He's gotta eat it. He's gotta go for it.
We're gonna split up.
Well, I saw those rabbits up top.
Yeah.
Take that fly rod. Let's see if we can get some. Wow, it's not good. See if we can. Oh, a little goaty.
I'll go fishing.
Okay, that piece was goaty. That's an aftertaste like I've never had before. Okay. Wow. Oh, there you go. Hey now. It was bad.
Oh my god.
I'm with you.
I can't live on this, there's no way.
Let's find a pig, let's find some rabbit, and let's find some trout. Oh, keep it in.
I've got to go fishing. I got to do something. Let's just leave this here and see if we can split up.
Okay,
Oh, I'm gonna get my fishing gear ready.
I'm gonna try and eat as much as I possibly can, because I'm hungry.
Having spent a large amount of energy hunting down the goat, they must search for a more viable food source quickly, or be forced to choke down the goat meat.
See?
Oh. Oh. That is the worst thing I've ever had to eat in my life. Oh, come on. No way, we gotta get something else.
Chris and Casey Keefer have been dropped into New Zealand's wilderness
That
with
piece was
limited
goaty.
gear and no food. Their current supply of meat from yesterday's kill is vomit-inducing at best. With only a few hours of daylight, the brothers must find a new food source or be forced to choke down
Okay.
another helping of goat.
This right here has been on my list for a long time. To come over to New Zealand, these fish over here are just dinosaurs. I've been fortunate enough to grow up and live on some of the holiest of holy waters for brown trout fishing in the US. And a 30-inch brown trout, we're just not even speaking the same language. I mean, what? A 30-plus inch brown trout. I mean, it's more like hunting than fishing, which I think is what makes me so addicted to it, but it's 10 times the difficulty over here that it is back home. Definitely gonna have to work for them, definitely gonna have to try to find them, but I just can't tell you what it's like to sit up here on this point overlooking a gin-clear New Zealand river searching for a brown trout. It's one of those moments for me that has been a long time coming. Whether I catch a fish or not isn't the point. It's the fact that I'm here and I'm doing it. And that alone is enough for me.
As Casey glasses for fish from his vantage point on the bluff, Chris is stalking the plateau in search of small game.
Well, taking this time to get up here on this flat. Yesterday when I was walking through, I saw a couple rabbits that ran through. Even though we were successful yesterday, it's not exactly the best meat I've ever had. So Casey's out, we split up. He's gonna go get some trout. Hopefully he can land a few. It's gonna be tough fishing, but I know he's pretty skilled at it, so hopefully he can do that. I'm gonna come up here, use the bow, try to put a working on some of these rabbits or anything else that I run into up here. It's a good area. Hopefully he can come back fruitful, and so can I, and then we'd be in good shape.
Brown hares and rabbits thrive in open grasslands and pastures across the North and South Islands of New Zealand. Introduced to the region by English settlers in the 1800s, their high birth rate, adaptability, and lack of natural predators have increased their population size to plague proportions several times. Just short of an ecological disaster, vegetation in drier areas of the South Island has never recovered due to their influence. With such high numbers, it should only be a matter of time before Chris is able to take one down.
Just climbed up this ridge here from camp trying to get a bead on what's going on. I gotta figure out this water. But it's just so deep, and it's so deep down through the gut right here. Figured if I could get a little bit of elevation, I'd be able to look out over here. First off, see if I could see any fish. And second off, see if I could see any hatches or anything like that going off. You know, half the battle to fly fishing is just being able to read the water, read what the fish are doing, and then read what they're feeding on. They're feeding on bugs, what kind of bugs and why, and there's a million different things you can get into with that. So there's really no water here that's obvious at you right now that just jumps out and screams like, hey, trout laying here. So we're gonna have to work a little bit, see what I can find, but hopefully I can make it happen, because I do not want to have to eat goat again.
With only 4 hours till the sun dips behind the mountains, Casey must quickly put his plan into action if he hopes to be successful. Chris and Casey Keefer are searching for a more viable food option. As Chris searches for rabbits, Casey is gearing up to fish for giant brown trout in a New Zealand river for the first time.
I've walked across this flat a couple different times, and I've seen rabbits on it. I know there's rabbits. We're in New Zealand. There's rabbits absolutely everywhere. I'd love to be able to come back with a couple, because that I know tastes good. Oh. Come on.
Man, coming through that brush, that brome is just obnoxious. Get everything rigged up here. I did see a rise or two down here, so I think I'll start with something that's a dry fly. Just because of the time of day. Getting into the afternoon, we got good bright sun, so if there's any hatches, they should be coming off here fairly quick. Judging by the amount of bugs that are flying around my face, that'll be happening.
Casey has spent countless hours honing his skills on some of the world's most famous fly fishing rivers. Over the years, this important skill set has become the brothers' primary method of obtaining a viable food source. New Zealand's rivers, however, pose a whole new set of challenges. He must utilize all of his knowledge and tactics if he wants to be successful. But his opportunities continue to slip away with the sun, and another long, hungry night draws ever closer.
The best method for me right now is to sit back, because they are pretty sketchy. I just gotta sit back and watch. But I've been sitting here for a long time. Nothing moving. I know that they've been here because I've seen them right here in this little section. They've got holes dug in both of these little mounds of dirt right here. So I know they're coming in and out of it. I think I'm gonna check one more spot. Then I'm just gonna work my way back, hump my way back towards camp. Sunlight's dwindling.
Fishing here is going to be a lot harder than I figured. It's going to be one of those deals where I'm going to have to see a fish in order to catch him. I just hope Chris got something. He's up there chasing around small game, rabbits mainly. And hopefully he can find something, because I do not want to eat goat. And if he's not able to, that just means that tonight is more goat. Not cool. Well, worked over by the river in New Zealand. That did not exactly go the way that I planned it to. I couldn't find a single fish. But it is what it is. Can't get discouraged by it. You just gotta fish where the fish are. That's the #1 rule. Fish where the fish are. I couldn't see any fish, so it's not like I was sight fishing for them. I was just kind of blind fishing all the spots that look likely to hold fish. And it didn't work. So, it's pretty much a wrap. I get ready to head back to camp, go see what Chris did. My plan didn't work, so hopefully his did.
Please tell me you had some success.
No.
Nothing?
Like nothing.
Really?
Yeah. Nothing?
No. Not a fish?
No, I didn't
Anything
even
in
see
the
a
horizon?
fish. I went down, I fished this whole thing right here. I tried wets and woolly buggers. I mean, I tried everything, and I had absolutely not even a sniff, like nothing. Literally, to catch a fish, I'm gonna have to see a fish.
God, I was hoping to come back to some trout. Okay?
You didn't see anything at all? Those rabbits were all over.
I know, they're up on that flat. I sat up there forever. I hiked to try to get some elevation. I was looking at the flats.
Nothing.
No.
I'm not eating goat again. Like, I'm dead serious, I'm not eating it again. I can't even swallow it. I've never puked off of anything like that, ever in my life.
It's all we have at this point. But
I don't know that we even stay here, to be honest. I was hoping that you had something, rabbits or a pig or...
there's other means of food. We just gotta find it.
Yeah, but we spent a whole
Nearing the end of their 4th day without food, Chris and Casey's frustration is running high.
I mean, what do we have here that's worth anything? We have wood and trees for a little bit of shelter?
Yeah, we got fire, we got shelter.
I'm not gonna get us very far.
You're just hangry right now.
I'm not hangry. I'm not.
You just gotta sleep it off.
I'm not hangry.
Get a good night's sleep. We'll go after him again and figure it out. Till then, we'll be fine.
I don't have any figuring out to do.
You can be mad all you want. Get a good night's sleep. Tuck in.
Has nothing to do with that, man. No gar hole when I see you. Right now, we're gar holed.
Hunger and fatigue are driving a wedge between the brothers.
You going to bed already?
No, I'm just relaxing. I'm letting you calm down. Take your time, think it over. Get a good night's sleep. You'll be better in the morning. Just frustrated.
Forced to face another long night with an empty stomach, the brothers are at an impasse. With the river calling Casey, the brothers must come together before they can move forward.
Hey, pig, right there. Right there's a pig.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
New Zealand's South Island is home to various big game species due to its extreme shifts in terrain. Tahr and chamois patrol the steep cliffs of the Southern Alps. while red stag, fallow deer, and feral pigs straddled the open fields and woodland's edge. Feral goats can be found throughout the dense scrub brush and open plains, but the brothers' previous experience with goat meat left much to be desired. Chris and Casey will need to capitalize on one of these options soon, or continue to go hungry.
This is not exactly what I was hoping to find. Coming down here is a flat raft. Get all this stuff out here and see if I can find out where this leak is. Well, judging by the looks of it though, it's multiple leaks. But like everything. Look at that. Can't hear it.
Even if Casey is able to find the leak, he has no means to repair it. The raft will need to be reinflated prior to being used, but if the damage continues to escalate, it could put the brothers' lives at risk.
Last thing you want when you're out here traveling by a river is a leaky raft. And this thing's not just losing air, it's losing air bad. The entire thing's losing air. It just doesn't make any sense. And the only explanation is all 4 chambers have a leak in it.
Having gone over 72 hours without a solid meal, Casey's patience is non-existent as he sets to work reinflating the raft again.
What are you doing?
Huh?
I said, what are you doing?
Trying to figure this raft out.
Okay.
And if we're gonna hit the river, we don't want it low.
What do you mean hit the river? Like, you want to hit the river now? Like today?
Yeah, we don't have to hit it like right now, but I figured we'd push out of here. I mean,
We haven't even got our instructions, like where to go next.
Without knowing where their next cache location is, the brothers could easily float past the valuable equipment should they leave.
I mean, at this point, I'm over it. I mean, if I figure if we can hit the river, we can get down, scoot down around there and find it. I mean, what do we have here? We've got a canopy over our head and wood. That's it.
Some pretty big factors in keeping warm at night and everything else,
Hasn't been
but
too bad at night. It's been all right. I just say we hit the river. I mean, I know when we're wasting time, and I feel like we're wasting time right now. I mean, I can tell you this: fishing's done. Like, not gonna happen.
Whatever,
Just,
we can
I'm done
blow
with
out.
it. I'm at the point. I'm done. Let's roll.
all right, fine.
So,
If that's what you want to do.
you want to grab everything up there, do your thing, whatever.
I'm
gonna keep messing with this and try to get it figured out so we can get on the water.
well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, if that's what we want to do, that's what we want to do. You want to move? Let's move. We'll go.
I'm moving. So,
Well, there's
I would assume
this
if I'm
point-
moving, you're coming with me.
not really much choice. So you pump and I'll pack, I guess. I really think it's the best idea. I don't have to say.
Casey's unilateral decision leaves Chris in a foul mood as he's forced to pack camp.
We're leaving, I guess. He may not eat it, but I'm gonna choke it down because at this point we have no choice, and at some point he's not gonna have a choice.
Well, I got this raft pretty well inflated. And I'm hitting the river one way or the other. I mean,
A little frustrating. I don't think we've given this spot enough time. I mean, I know we've seen rabbits up here. He fished for a little bit.
I feel like we're in a box here. It's just, I hate feeling like I'm in a box.
The goat was horrible, no doubt. Okay, but that's what we have.
You know, you've spent some time there, you've looked around, you've glassed, you've exhausted all your options.
We've got pigs, we've got hares, we've got deer, we've got red deer, we've got fallow deer. We don't know what's out here.
We're down in a hole. We've got gnats all over us. They're literally annoying the hell out of me.
We're in a spot right now. When we come back, we got wood. I don't know what's around the next bend. This is New Zealand.
I just can't help but feel like there's better things ahead. You know, of course that's a wild guess, but
What's the point in leaving right now? Especially because we haven't got our next orders. We don't know where our next cache is. There's just too many what ifs.
it is what it is. You know, saddle up, get your stuff packed, and get in the raft because we're moving.
I'll follow him. I don't have a choice. He's leaving. I'm getting on the raft. We'll rock and roll, but
I say that, I'm not actually gonna leave him here, but I need him to
realize that I'm ready to get going. I'm just done. I'm done and ready to roll, so I need to get this packed and get on the river.
Casey has unilaterally decided it's time to search for a new camp, and his frustration, even without knowing their next cache location, Casey sets to work preparing the raft for departure, while Chris begrudgingly packs what little equipment they have.
Roll. Yes, let's go. For the record, this is a bad idea.
I don't care. Let's bail. Yeah, we don't have our next cache location, but I'm over it.
Whatever. You want to move? Let's move.
We gotta find a hog.
Well, I know that. I mean, I'm with you as far as finding other animals. It's just, I don't know.
In desperate need of new surroundings, Casey has decided to leave the willow camp behind, giving Chris no option but to follow. They will need to find a new campsite where fish and game are prevalent, but that also offers basic amenities like dry wood and cover. The brothers know all too well that their next camp may be several miles downriver. Leaving their current site behind is a gamble, and they risk floating past their next cache and missing out on the valuable equipment.
Good back there?
What's that?
I said, are you good back there?
You gotta talk a little loud with these rapids.
There's another creek bottom that comes in right here, see it?
Yeah. This is what we're looking for.
I know.
Nice creek like this that we can use.
There's some more willows over there.
Does it look flat?
It looks like it. You want to check it?
Yeah, we might as well check it out.
All right.
Looks pretty good. Still got sun.
That creek's coming in right here, so.
Yeah. Get camped out, then we can use the creek to slip up and, you know what I mean? Yeah. This will work right here. This is what I've been looking for. So many tracks right here. Holy. Yeah, they're everywhere in here.
Having floated all day, the brothers may have found the perfect campsite. While the creek shows signs of potential, the chance of missing out on equipment makes their decision a risky one.
Yeah, it's not a very big willow patch, but it'll work. We can do it.
Yeah, I think we can do it. I mean, I don't know about the hammocks, but we'll find shelter somehow,
We'll get them in
somewhere.
here. I'll figure out how to get them in here. We'll get them in.
We can get creative with it.
Yep.
I am excited about this, because this is the first time that we've seen a creek bottom. There's nowhere else for these animals to go except up these guts. So I am excited about that.
Well, we'll just use it as a highway. We'll use it to get in and out, stay in the creek bottom, and then if we have to get elevation when we get up in there.
If we're gonna have a prayer of getting something else on the ground besides a goat, we gotta get boots on the ground and we gotta get up that gut, because this entire thing is sheer face. And that's the only way for them to go. And I'd rather walk up from the bottom and stay on the bottom than have to go up and over something. So,
well, that's just
and burn all those extra calories. So I say, you got it.
Everything we need. We got dry wood right there. We got a spot. Let's see if we can get the hammocks in right here.
It'll be interesting.
We're good. We're fine. I'm telling you.
All right.
We're fine.
If you're feeling better about it,
we're good.
Then
I'm good.
I feel better about it.
I like it. I like it.
Now we just got to get some more hunting in, which is going to be up the gut.
After a long day of rowing on empty stomachs, Chris and Casey are both ready to call it a day. The small patch of willow near the creek's edge is the olive branch the brothers needed to settle their differences. With sunlight quickly fading, all they can do now is make a game plan for tomorrow morning. The trip up the mountain will be taxing, but necessary if they are to be successful. The promise of new opportunities is a comforting thought, but their constant hunger will plague them long into the night. Going on 5 days without a solid meal, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer desperately need food, but with a new campsite comes rejuvenated hope. A long night on an empty stomach has persuaded Casey to tackle the river early in the morning, with hopes that this stretch of river will prove more fruitful than the last in his quest to land one of New Zealand's infamous brown trout.
No luck so far. trying to hit these likely areas that look like they'd be holding trout. The problem is some of these eddies are just so deep. Like, I have absolutely no way to get down that deep. So I'm stuck just trying to feel it out.
The fly line is a key component in fly fishing. The right one can make the difference for the fly fisherman. Its density is determined by the coating and allows the line to float or sink. Micro bubbles for floating, microparticles for sinking. There are three main types of line. The weight forward type is the most common and has the greatest power transfer, which helps the angler cast farther. The double taper allows the bulk of the weight to sit in the middle of the line and creates a more subtle presentation. Level lines are the least common and have no taper to them, but are the most cost-effective. The fly line is attached to a nearly invisible tapered strand of monofilament known as a leader. The leader attaches to an even smaller monofilament known as a tippet, which is attached to the fly. Casey has a floating line, so his options for deeper water are limited, which can make it difficult for him to land one of New Zealand's infamous brown trout.
Pretty much fishing blind, just looking at likely spots and trying to get a good drift down through there and hopefully get lucky. You know, these trout in New Zealand are notoriously picky. I mean, they're just dinosaurs, and any little thing that's wrong with your drift, the slightest bit of drag on the fly, leader shy, I mean, there's so many things that these fish out here can pick up on just because the water is just so clear. You know, and you got to use the thinnest possible tippet you feel you can get away with. I'm sure there's trout in here, it's just I haven't found them yet for one reason or another, whether it's me or, I don't know, maybe there's not fish in here, but you just never know.
As the sun peaks in the sky, Casey is forced to admit defeat and abandon the river. The brothers must now head up the creek in search of larger game.
You want to hit the high ground?
Yeah.
You can take that ridge now, check on top.
Yeah, let's just get up there. It's gonna be a long, hot hike.
Let's go this way.
Gaining elevation will allow the brothers a better vantage point to spot game, but it will cost them time and a great deal of energy.
Made it to the top. Man, doesn't seem like a large drop in elevation, but it is a big change. It's about a 2,000 foot vertical from the bottom. So, not a ton, but enough to get the blood flowing for sure. Feel good about it right now though. Okay, press on.
Yeah, that is a pig.
The brothers have spotted a feral pig, but he is a long ways off and surrounded by dense scrub brush.
I gotta get this gun loaded.
It's definitely a pig.
Okay.
Or he could come out on the other side.
That's a long ways.
Oh, that's a poke. 350 at least.
That's a long ways.
He could come back across there. Or he could come out to the left.
Oh, man.
He definitely went in that little section right there. There he is right there. See him?
There he is.
Yeah, he's coming back out.
Okay.
I'd say 350 for sure. Yep.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
This may be the brothers' only opportunity. Casey must take the shot or risk losing sight of him in the thick cover. Chris and Casey Keefer have spotted a pig on a nearby mountain. They need to act fast or risk letting days' worth of meat disappear into the dense scrub brush.
You ready?
I couldn't tell.
No, it went just over top of him.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, he like did a little shimmy, like it scared him, but it went right over top of him.
I saw him scoot forward. There he goes through that opening right there. He's gone. Come on.
Yeah, no, he's not hit.
That happened so fast.
Oh, you were just over top of him.
That's a long ways up there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be every bit of 350 or more. I should have had like another 20 seconds. The way he was coming back across there, I didn't get a shot off till he was almost through it already. Well, I blew that one.
No, you didn't blow it.
The missed opportunity is a punch to the gut and leaves both brothers reeling.
I found our pig.
Yeah.
Missed our pig, but we found our pig.
He's so high up in there. Like I can expect him in the strap, but look how high he was.
Like he could be anywhere he wants to be. And he's up there. Hopefully there's more. Usually where there's one pig, there's more.
We were so close.
That's just ridiculous.
It went just over top of him.
I
Like,
saw him right at the end there, like just, and well, we just sit here and maybe we catch another glimpse of him. Maybe he pops out in this bottom somewhere. He doesn't know what happened. That's the good part. There is a good part.
we could split at the top so one of us can see the backside.
Maybe drop on the backside where you can see around and see all that tussock and up that gut, and I'll kind of stay where I can see this face a little bit and down into this bottom.
Yeah.
Splitting up will increase the brothers' chances of spotting the pig and hopefully reward them with another opportunity.
He's still there somewhere, though. Not that we'll ever see him again, but he's still there somewhere.
All right, I'm gonna go up there.
Yeah, let's split.
What, by them?
Yeah.
It goes down here.
Often referred to as Captain Cookers, feral pigs were introduced to New Zealand by Captain James Cook in the 1700s as a gift to the native Maori people. Their adaptability and lack of natural predators quickly turned them into a dangerous pest, as their population grew into mobs that covered the South Island. Their voracious appetite has decimated New Zealand native plants and even wildlife. Spotting a pig here is a good sign that more may be in the immediate area, but there's no telling if Chris or Casey will find another before dark.
Nothing.
Nothing, man.
One pig at like 5,000 feet.
Yeah, did you see that
higher.
way at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't even signal to you because that was not even an option.
No, my thought was it'd go busting through these trees and this bush right here. Who knows what comes out? You know what I mean?
With that pig up all the way at the top, the one you shot at in here, I thought they just kind of come into one of these openings like you did earlier.
My stomach thought the same thing.
Oh, I was tasting sweet pork.
Nope.
But
Didn't make it happen.
well, the decision was right to get elevation.
When that sun dips down behind that mountain, though.
She got nippy.
Yeah, she got nippy fast.
Well,
Took
we
us
can.
2 hours to get here.
I know. I'd rather get off these cliffs before dark
Yeah.
because there's some sketchy stuff down here that
Yeah.
I'd rather get off of before it's too dark.
Let's go. Got a little lightheaded right there.
As another day comes to a close, Chris and Casey are learning the hard way that they must expect the unexpected. Adapting to New Zealand's wilderness has a steep learning curve, but sooner or later, the brothers will have to learn to play the cards that they are dealt.
I'm getting hungry.
But you know what? Where there's one pig, there's more, so.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
New Zealand's location in the southern hemisphere puts it very close to the ozone hole that forms over the South Pole. This area of depleted ozone allows for massive temperature fluctuations. Scorching 80-degree days can turn into freezing 20-degree nights in the course of a few hours. These dramatic shifts wreak havoc on brothers Chris and Casey Keefer, who have been dropped into New Zealand's backcountry with limited gear. Having missed a shot at a feral pig the day before, the brothers will be forced to hike up the mountain again in search of game. But the rising sun threatens another long, hot hike in full camo as they continue to search for their next meal.
What do you got?
Goats.
How many is there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's at least 5 on them. 5.
A band of wild goats has come down off the mountain, but the aftertaste of the brothers' previous experience with goat meat sours the encounter.
I got so excited to spot movement on a hillside, and you look up and it's goats. I mean, these things are everywhere. It's unreal.
At this point, we both know what they taste like.
Oh, that's not even...
So I'm in no rush to shoot another goat.
No,
So,
not even close.
I mean, we're only up in this valley a couple hundred yards, and we know that our tactic's working, right? There's animals up in these guts.
Yeah.
I say we keep moving and get to that next point up there. I mean, if we get up there deep, we can spend the afternoon looking for some hogs and some other stuff. If not, we have to come back by these goats to get back to camp. If we don't get anything, meat is meat. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I will do everything in my power to avoid having to eat a goat.
All right.
So I got my eye out for berries, for hogs, for red deer. It'd be awesome to try to find even like a hind, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You could find a hind or any sign of red deer even.
So for now, they get the pass. Let's keep moving.
Yeah, yeah. I would say so.
Okay. Let's try and slip by them without them seeing us. Let's get to that next point up there.
Yeah.
That big one. Looks like we can see all the way up the gut if we do that.
We'll try and get to that knob up there.
The brothers will have to proceed with caution if they want to avoid spooking the herd.
All right. Let's keep moving. That's a good sign, though. Animals are here.
Mercury rises as Chris and Casey head up the creek. With each sweat-soaked step, they're reminded that comfort takes a backseat to concealment as the midday sun bakes the bare earth.
This is exactly what I was afraid of, man.
Another ridge.
Yes.
Yep.
Total false front. Exactly what I was hoping it wouldn't be.
Just ridge after ridge.
Holy smokes, did that sun ever come out?
Yeah, it got hot. If you look up in there, look and see how tight that is right there? Oh, it just narrows right down.
Yeah. Man, I was hoping that was gonna be open all the way to the end right there, but
It's pretty much what we got.
The brothers are at a dead end. The dense broom will take far too much time and energy to forge through.
Not gonna see anything in these bottoms. I mean, look how thick that is. Oh, we're gonna be left to do nothing but bushwhack our way through that brome.
The other thing we could do is, instead of going there and look how tight it gets, maybe we jump up here. We get to that next level elevation right there. I'd rather get elevation than go to another false ridge. Forget the bottom floor, you can't even see the bottom floor.
That's not even worth it.
And this is unbelievably, I mean, that's just straight drop off.
Yeah, that's a straight vertical.
That right there is why people don't hunt New Zealand on foot.
Oh yeah, you can see why they don't hunt it on foot. I mean, chamois up there and those, you know, guts up there, you don't have any way to get to them from down here. It's literally virtually impossible. And that's the reality of it.
No,
you just keep getting after it, man.
This is about as free range and wide open as it gets.
Well, let's give it some time here and just
do some glassing from here.
Pass around, see what we can see, and then if we have to, let's just bust up there and get up on that flat and hopefully can see something.
Climbing the mountain once again will burn precious calories the brothers do not have.
It's hot.
Chris and Casey Keefer are searching for big game in the mountains of New Zealand. Thick brush has blocked their approach upstream, forcing them to gain elevation once again as they search for a viable food source.
Starting to push a lot of rock down here.
I know, be careful, the shale's starting to break up pretty good, and there's just bigger boulders up ahead.
I know.
You might want to pick a different line and wait for me.
Yeah, I'll pick a different line. If you like head that way, then I can head up through here, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I can go up this direction right here and just stay off to your side. That way, if we get a rock slide, we're on each other's sides.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let you get up there a little ways too, because at least that way I can see it coming, you know what I mean? And it's not right on me.
All right. Be careful, this shale is, I mean, it's loose.
New Zealand's mountainous terrain creates a tiring and unstable trek. The heavy packs weigh on the brothers' backs, adding weight and difficulty to the upward climb. Chris and Casey must assess the mountain's surface and steepness in order to cover ground without losing balance or momentum. Switching between long and short strides and alternating pressure on the front toes and back heels can help minimize muscle tension. The brothers must be tactical in their climbing approach or risk expending even more vital energy.
Okay, so look at this.
Oh
This is
yeah.
all pig rooting right here, this entire thing.
They're just tearing it up.
I mean, actually look at all this, all the way out through here.
Yeah.
Just destroyed it.
Look at the holes, they're actually holes. See how they like get down in and they dig?
Yep.
Fresh signs of rooting means yesterday's pig may still be in the immediate area.
Well, good news is, this is a sign we got pigs in the valley. Bad news is they're not actually standing right here, which means there's only one spot for them to be.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we keep running across pig rooting like this. Hopefully we're in good shape.
this is fresh. I mean, the tops of this dirt isn't even dry yet.
Yeah, it's over here too.
Yeah.
Gee,
I mean, big holes.
where's he at?
So, let's keep moving up. Let's find the pig that did this right here.
After a grueling hike in midday heat, the brothers have finally reached the site of yesterday's missed opportunity.
Back at the scene of the crime here where I missed the pig yesterday. Hoping to catch a glimpse of that pig or something, anything except for a goat going across this side of this hill. So far we haven't seen anything, but climbed back up here this morning. And it was interesting because about 3/4 of the way up, we got our next in reach. Which kind of puts us against the gun a little bit. We have until dark tomorrow to get to our next cache, but I'm willing to sit here and wait this out and hopefully see a pig. What do you think?
Decisions are coming rapidly. And the clock is ticking. Right now, I don't want to miss a cache. But at the same time, I want to walk out here with pork. So we're willing to push the clock.
Having spent the day glassing the surrounding mountainside in search of game, Chris and Casey Keefer are quickly running out of time and options as the sun dips toward the horizon.
What do you say, brother? That sun is going to go behind those mountains sooner than later, and we're going to lose all sunlight in this valley.
Yeah, I know. I was really hoping to see something up here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
At some point, we got to bail, and we got to go try and shoot a nanny on the way. Something different. Because this isn't working right now, and the clock is ticking, and I do not want to miss that cache. It's going to be way too late by the time we get down to the end of this thing. I mean,
It took us 2 hours to get up here, and that was just moving. That was without hunting, so we're going to hunt on our way back. It's going to take longer.
well, and it's not a guarantee that those goats are going to be in there, but it's just a matter of finding a nanny in there and see if we can't get on it. But if it took us that long to just walk solid, we still got some hunting to do.
I'm not excited about it, I can tell you that. I mean, I agree. We need to try to do something because it's better than no food whatsoever, but I'll try my best to eat it, but if I'm puking while I'm eating, there's nothing I can do about that.
No, I get it.
I'll try to choke it down.
All I can say is that I'd like to get a good source of food before we hit the river. That way if something goes down, we've got our food with us. And with the clock ticking, I do not want to miss the next cache. I say we go out, hunt our way out towards camp, hopefully run into something there. End on a good night. We need it right now. We need a good, hot meal.
Forced to admit defeat, the brothers must now make their way back down the mountain to hunt the goats before darkness blankets the valley.
It would have been so nice to pick up another shot at a pig up here.
Ow! Oh, my knee.
Don't get up too fast. You'll go down. I gotta take a second. Hold on. Whoa.
Jeez.
Lightheaded. Oh. Dizzy. Really, really dizzy. Had better experiences coming down off a shale face like this. Take a second here.
There's a whole pile of goats way over on that face over
On the
there.
far ridge.
Yeah, they're like a mile away, but the good thing is they're still between here and camp.
Yeah, no, that's good.
I could see at least 5 of them.
Any nannies in the group?
Yeah, it looks like there's a couple. There's one Billy in there.
All right. Well,
They're in that thick stuff, so they might be pretty hard to find. Like if we can just, oh, there comes another group from the right. Yeah, I'd say we get a move on it.
yeah.
Look over top of the willows on the point of that ridge. There's 2 standing there too.
All right.
So,
Well, sun's already down behind this mountain, so let's rock and roll.
yeah.
Luckily for the brothers, the goats are still in the valley. However, they are still a long ways off and surrounded by acres of dense, thorny scrub brush. Chris and Casey Keefer are stalking a band of wild goats. With no alternatives, the brothers must quickly kill and process one before what little light they have left slips out of the range, leaving them in total darkness.
They're all in and out of that bush right there. You know what I mean? They go down, then they come up, then they go down, then they come up. If they get down on the bottom on us, that's gonna be tough.
She's right there.
Which one?
White one.
To the right of that? Oh yeah, right there, I see her.
Yep. Take her when you got her.
Yeah, okay. All right, you ready?
Yep, go ahead.
Oh yeah. Nice. Drop. Nice. Yep.
Hey,
That's it.
nice.
Got some meat.
Oh,
Try your theory about the nanny and see if it tastes better than the Billy.
nice shot. A little redemption there. Feel a little redemption.
Redemption.
Feeling good about that.
A little bit of redemption.
Close to camp.
Yep. Well, that works.
Let's pray that this one's not 200 years old and tastes like a good deer.
Exactly.
Look at them all coming up out of there.
You'd have never known there was that many of them in there. Look at that. It's just unreal.
All right, let's do it. Let's go over there.
We gotta get down out of here.
I know.
The work is far from over. Buried deep in the surrounding scrub brush, the goat will prove difficult to reach, let alone locate.
Holy cow. This stuff makes it impossible.
Come on.
So many thorns.
With downward curving thorns, clusters of pink rose flowers, and strong apple-like scent, sweetbriar was first introduced to New Zealand by settlers as a decorative plant around homesteads. The plant's high tolerance to varying climate and soil conditions has allowed it to overtake much of New Zealand's South Island. Growing up to 10 feet tall, the plant's rapid growth and long lifespan has choked out native vegetation and wildlife, even altering the landscape by clogging rivers. The deceased goat is buried somewhere in the dense, scrambling mess of thorns, making the brothers' search all the more difficult and painful.
Well, better be worth it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty nasty stuff. You got the knife? All right.
After an arduous day of hiking in sweltering heat, the brothers finally have food on the ground. Exhaustion, hunger, and the fear of what this food may or may not provide deadens the joy in this moment. For now, all they can think about is getting back to camp and resting their weary feet for another potentially long day ahead of them.
I got the back straps. You got the hind quarters?
Yeah, I got everything else.
Okay.
Let's get down off of here and get back to camp. Try and get a fire going and get this baby on the fire. Let's do it.
Let's go in.
Here.
Now we got to get down out of here.
These thorns hurt so bad.
I'm hoping that this is a good ending to a long 2 days.
Yeah, me too.
This I have high hopes for. It didn't smell anywhere near like the other one. It's got a different texture to it. It's tender.
We gotta hit the river first thing in the morning.
This one's done.
Yep.
Yep. Want to try it?
Yep.
Give her a whirl. What do you got?
Not goaty at all.
Really?
At all.
Oh,
It's actually really good.
that's a game changer.
Yep. It's really
It's
good.
not goaty. Oh, yeah, baby.
That right there I can do.
Yep.
So much better. I'll take it. I wouldn't say I like it, but I can tolerate it.
I got no qualms with that. That I can do.
Yep. Now we know.
Yeah, now we know. Nanny's the ticket.
Now we can look for nannies along the way.
We need it because we got to get up early and hit the river.
Yeah, we got quite a ways to go. No idea what's in front of us water-wise, but we got to get there before dark.
But you know what we're gonna do? We're doing it on a full belly. An actual meal.
It's huge.
What is that?
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
New Zealand offers a beautiful yet dangerously wavering backdrop for those who make a life here. Volcanoes, active fault lines, glaciers, sheer granite cliffs, geysers, and snow-capped peaks dominate this ancient landscape. Despite its beauty, the obstacles it presents are very real for brothers Chris and Casey Keefer. The demanding terrain has proved challenging, but the promise of new equipment in their upcoming cache motivates them to drive downriver, even as the New Zealand landscape continues to shift with each passing mile.
Well, hit the river again today. Got to get to our next cache. Feels so much better today. How about you?
That meal last night?
Yep.
I feel way better.
Energy levels way up. That meat was surprisingly good last night. Little bit of frost on us this morning. It was a little cold. A little chilly in the sleeping department, but all in all, I mean, it brought me back. I feel great right now. Totally different than what I felt 2 days before. It was like epic failure into awesome success. That's about what I got. What do you think?
Any day on the river is a good day on the river. Especially if the raft is holding air, which we're just getting started, but it seems like it's holding air anyway. Wow.
We are trying to get an early start this morning. Look at those fish. Uh-oh, Casey saw fish.
Like 30 or 40 of them. They were little fish. I don't know what they were.
We're not stopping. We're gonna roll.
We find fish.
Dude, we got to go. Clock's ticking. I'm excited to get to our next cache. We're gonna try and make some ground on this river today. But we are about to hit the faces, which is steep on one side. Kind of eliminates our hunting, but unless they're way up there, which they could be, because these are high elevation pigs and red deer. So, okay, off to the river. Totally recharged and ready to rock today. Get to the next cache. Ow.
Watch those rocks.
Oh. Ow. You feel like this thing's losing air? We're dragging pretty hard when we come into the shallows.
My left leg is like completely in the water. We're gonna have to stop at some point. To see how much it's bowed up on the side. Like it's bowed bad.
It's riding really low. Let's try to get out. Fix it. Hold on. Get to the side,
I mean, I'm like,
because I'm taking on water too.
yeah, look at this.
I know.
I'm like literally in the water. Yeah, look at this.
That is brutal. Look at that.
The raft has failed the brothers once again.
Yes.
Stopping to reinflate their primary means of transportation will eat into the brothers' limited daylight. And with the cache just on the horizon, they have no time to waste.
Well, not to mention, when we hit the boulders, like I actually hit.
Yeah. Well, we're not far from the cache.
Yeah.
I mean, the inReach is reading just about a mile.
You gotta pump it. You got one choice, and that's to pump it.
Rafting down a rock-strewn river with a deflated raft is an injury waiting to happen.
You know, if you want to pump it, I can get elevation right here.
Yeah.
At least give us a bird's eye view of what we got ahead of us.
Yeah, go ahead. Take the rifle if you go. I'll pump this up.
Burning, yeah.
Only one of us can pump at a time.
I'll be right back.
Fine. I'll be here. Pumping.
With little over an hour and a half left to validate the cache, Chris and Casey will have to move quickly. The cache and its contents will be locked from the brothers once the sun sets. If they fail to inflate the raft and make their way downriver in time, they will sorely regret missing out on the opportunities this once-in-a-lifetime cache has to offer.
What is that? What is that?
Chris and Casey Keefer find themselves stuck reinflating their raft once again. With the clock ticking down to validation, the damaged raft could mean missing out on a much-needed supply cache. As Casey sets to work reinflating their primary means of transportation, Chris climbs a nearby ridge and spots something on the horizon.
What is that? Is that a house? That could be a hut. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay, that's it right there. It's 1 mile right to there. That could be a game changer right there. So that could be huge. All right, I gotta tell Casey, I gotta get to him right now.
New Zealand's Department of Conservation manages over 950 huts across the island. Also called bivvies, these small huts were mainly built by the New Zealand Forest Service to use for animal control in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. These huts have proven invaluable to hunters and survivors by providing the bare minimum amenities for those who get lost, caught in unpredictable weather, or need a safe place to stay for the evening. Use of the hut would allow the brothers to recharge, as well as take full advantage of the surrounding terrain in the pursuit of big game. That is, if they can make it there on time.
Case, I found it.
What?
You get it pumped up?
Yeah. I got it. I mean, as much air as it's gonna hold anyway. It's not holding like completely, but it's got air.
Okay. Well, I found something glorious up top.
What'd you find, a red deer?
No, not a red deer. I found down the river, just around the bend, what looks to be a mile. I checked it in the inReach. It's a man-made structure, like a hut.
Like a government hut?
Yes, like a government hut. Our cache is reading 1 mile, and it's about a mile down there. So, and it's clean river all the way through. We get through these little rocks right here, we shoot out, we're gonna be right on the back side of it. It's just around the bend, we can't see it from down here. And all I can see is like the side of it, it's sitting out on a little ledge. That could be full-blown shelter.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be flipping
Let's go.
awesome.
Because the clock is still ticking, but at the same time,
Okay, well,
know
this
where
isn't
it's at.
holding a real firm, but it's holding enough. So, well, let's go.
Excited over the prospect of shelter, Chris and Casey can only hope that the failing raft holds out long enough to get them there in time.
All right, well, let's get out of here.
okay.
You got the inReach?
Yeah, I got it.
You sure?
Yep, I got the inReach.
Okay. Let's do this.
Oh, way better.
A little better, huh?
Yep. Wait till you see this hut.
I'm excited now. Down around the bend.
It looks like a house.
Like we got to get around this big bend or
It
what?
actually looks like a house. Yeah, we gotta go around that bend. Stay right here.
Watch those rocks on the left.
What if it is a house?
I hope it's not a
Maybe they
house.
have some food in the house.
country, and dirt on my hands, the colors of autumn, yellow, orange, and red. I could hit the big shot from the hood behind my house, hear the crowd cheer for miles around. Oh, those years ago, I wanna go back home. Oh, those years ago, I wanna go back days ago. I wanna go back home. Yes, I wanna go back to days ago. Ooh.
Look at this. Wood. Tons of dry wood. That's collecting rainwater.
You can see it coming right down off the top right there, see that?
Yeah. Look at this. Shelter. Oh, I'll kick it in. Look at this. Wow. Yo, look at this place.
This is phenomenal. Oh, what do we have under there?
Look at that.
Spaghetti. Oh my gosh, what's this one?
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, there's your coffee.
What kind of coffee is that?
Oomph.
Oh, good.
A little bit of oomph.
It'll pick me up. All right. I gotta validate this because we're at the location. Is this our cache? Like this is the cache?
I would assume so. You said we're where we need to be, right?
We're here. I'm gonna validate. Okay. I just sent validation right there. Okay. Okay. Cache validated. You can use anything in the cabin, and the rest must stay.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Chris and Casey have been afforded the use of a basic hut for a limited time period. This 20 by 20 foot building offers protection from the relentless climate and temperature variances the brothers have endured thus far. Connected to the building is a reservoir that will collect rainwater for the brothers to drink, and a woodshed with a few dry logs and kindling. Inside the hut are 4 wooden bunk beds, a table, and a wood burner. These items offer a small level of comfort and allow the brothers to more productively study their surrounding area, even into the long night. Rounding out the cache critical is an assortment of basic amenities. A small ration of canned food, coffee, soap, matches, and a jet boil lifts their spirits and offers them a taste of comfort and home. However, all items must remain within the hut prior to the brothers' departure. Leaving with any items outside of the immediate area will terminate the brothers' access to the hut.
This is it.
If this is our cache, this is the best cache that we have ever received.
There's so much stuff here.
It's huge.
Wood stove, there's candles. Look behind you.
Oh, dude.
You're gonna wanna use
Soap.
that. You're gonna wanna use that while we're here. There's another one coming. Okay, and then it says, you have 2 days. Enjoy. That's all it says.
That's huge.
And there's a lot of hunting here because the view does not suck. This is a great spot to go hunting from.
You got this flat right here. You know, you've got this creek back up this way. You got the hills up behind us, the big flat down below us. I mean, we can put some time in.
Anything that's here we can use, but everything must stay.
That's awesome. It's a game changer, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
It's a game changer.
I can't believe it. So let's weight her down. Get her gear. Bunk beds. I call top bunk.
Unreal cache.
Right? Look at this view. Words cannot explain how happy I am right now.
So check this out back behind me here. This is what I am most excited about.
You know, sometimes you just gotta sit back and reflect for a hot second.
The hut, don't get me wrong, the hut is fantastic. But the water in front of the hut looks like it's some prime trout water.
I'm on an amazing journey with my brother. I'm so blessed to do this, so blessed to have this adventure.
It is my mission to catch a New Zealand brown while I'm over here. And so far it hasn't happened, it's eluded me.
You're at the rush of it, and you're in the heart of it, and things are going bad, and unsuccessful hunt. You know, don't get to kill the pig. It's not the end of the world. Because just when you think you're down, you receive blessings like this. Hunt, fish, the backcountries of New Zealand, on a raft.
I'm hell-bent on finding a big New Zealand brown. And that piece of water back behind me right there looks like a pretty good place to make it happen.
Could it get any better? I don't think so.
And it's absolutely driving me crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be fishing sooner than later.
Sparkle fire, a tin pan morning, heat my coffee, a brand new day. Oh, get me spark fire.
Dinner is served, man.
Piping hot too. Dude, this book is so cool.
What is it?
Oh, it's like everybody, it's like a visitor log, so everybody that's ever gone through here.
Really?
Yeah, they put notes in the book, like dates and weather, and whether they're pack rafting or what. A few hunters go through here.
Really?
Yeah, super cool. You should read some of these. It's just, here's one. No pigs or deer seen. Shot 6 goats, 2 rabbits, and a goose.
Oh, man. Why don't you partake in that for a hot second?
Yeah, how is that?
So good.
Oh,
Yeah, this is crazy, man. Look at all this. This one's cool.
get a warm meal, sleep in a bunk. It's a serious turn of events.
And this hut is here for a reason. The fact that we got to use it just makes it even better, but you're in the middle of nowhere. That's why they make these things. Right now it feels like it's saving ours because I'm thoroughly enjoying this.
I mean, it's spaghetti from a can,
Yeah.
but it might as well be filet mignon
I
right
know.
now.
It's so good.
So good.
I'm just savoring every bite. It's gonna be a good night. Crank up that stove, get a good night's sleep under a roof, enjoy tomorrow and all that New Zealand brings.
Come on, why is this fish not rising? Come on, come on. Oh, come on.
My trout endeavor continues. Got up bright and early this morning and came down here. Chris is up there in the cabin. I don't know if he's still snoozing or what. Haven't really seen him rustling around up there yet. Saw one trout rise down at the bottom of this pool last night. Just one rise. So I started out first thing chucking some dry flies down there. No go. So I switched my setup a little bit to a streamer. So now I'm basically just gonna start at the top of this pool and try to work my way all the way down. See if I can check off the box at catching a big New Zealand brown. Tried a little bit of everything so far, but it's been all for naught. I'm not gonna lie, that was an awesome night. Being able to get a roof over our heads, being able to get a hot meal, even if it was canned spaghetti for that matter, doesn't matter. It's still a roof over our heads and it's still a hot meal.
getting a good night's sleep under shelter. It's little things. It's the little things that you appreciate.
And that book that I found in there, being able to dive into that book and read through it and read about some of the other people's adventures that have gone through here, because for us, that's really what it is. I mean, we're dropped in the middle of nowhere on a river that we've never seen, never stepped foot on in the backcountry of New Zealand. Like, how cool is that?
And just take it in for what it is. And this is just part of our story.
We've been getting our tail handed to us in terms of red deer and chamois and like traditional hunting stuff. So, I mean, at this point, I don't care. I'm excited about the area we're in. I don't care if it's goats, if it's pigs, whether I catch a fish or not. I just want to get out there and experience this adventure for everything it is.
New Zealand has so much more to offer. We have a long way to go, and I'm ready to take it head on.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Stalking wild animals on foot in New Zealand's Southern Alps is a daunting task. Searching the wide river flats is the usual starting point, but many animals are found at higher elevations where they can smell and hear danger coming. Finding fresh sign or tracks entering or exiting the clearing prior to trekking up into the mountains is imperative to success. Brothers Chris and Casey Keefer must have strength of mind, body, and the patience to accurately survey their surroundings and hunt in this environment. Time spent climbing the wrong mountain could waste limited energy and opportunities the brothers have very little of as they attempt to survive in some of the world's toughest terrain.
Morning.
Feeling fresh and clean this morning or what?
Feeling so good. Got a cup of Java. Hot coffee this morning. I'm feeling good, man. You want to go do some hunting?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I just was trying to kill some time doing this, but yeah, we might as well.
I'm down. It's early enough. Let's hit it.
You want to take a couple of these?
Yeah. Maybe just pack up everything or just...
I'm gonna have to regroup because I was drying. Like, I just laid everything out.
Yeah. All right.
This stuff is so dry, it's what's so nice.
It's gonna burn good tonight.
I have stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I see that. Let's take what we need, which is pretty much everything. So
yeah, not that I have a lot, but
I have stuff scattered from drying. Do you have the?
Here, keep this. You keep your stuff, I'll keep mine. That's the only way we can make sure nothing gets lost.
All right. All right. You fill the canteen before we leave.
Ammo's in there.
Right.
Yeah, I got the canteen right here. Really?
Yeah, there it is.
I've been dreading
I know it's been.
this in-reach right here because it's gonna tell us we have to leave here.
All right. Well, let's see then.
Alrighty. Here we go. Yep. We have to be at our extraction by Sunday morning. So not tomorrow, but the next day.
Do we still have time for one last hunt?
We gotta go hunt. Because you know the minute we leave here making the push to get out.
Then that means that we're gonna have a hunt today, and then we gotta push
We're gonna have to move and groove.
in the morning.
Yep.
I'm willing to risk it. I want to go hunt.
I want to get one last good hunt in.
So do I.
So let's just pack our stuff and bust up that creek and see what we see.
Okay.
I'll keep this with me.
All right. All right. Well, at least we know it's coming to an end. It's all right. All good things must come to an end at some point.
Throwing caution to the wind, the brothers opt to spend one more day hunting rather than make their way towards extraction. A successful hunt will reward them with the food necessary to make the final push. But coming back empty-handed once again means they will have sacrificed their limited energy supply for nothing and will be forced to make the long trek on empty stomachs.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Ready?
All right. Hit this creek.
Yeah.
Just go up the creek.
Yeah, and cut off the gut right there.
Creeks have been good to us before. Yep. I think it'll be all right again.
Brothers Chris and Casey Keefer are trekking through the New Zealand wilderness with limited gear and no food. With only a little more than 48 hours to reach their extraction site, the brothers need to capitalize on today's hunt or tackle the grueling journey on empty stomachs.
This is just barren ground. There's just nothing right here. Looks like we're gonna get some serious terrain the further up we push.
It's actually starting to come down pretty tight.
Man, that wind is coming in hard, huh? Just comes down through this valley and just skirts and hammers right through.
Yeah, dude, there's not even a goat coming up through there.
I know.
Like nothing.
I didn't see anything at all. When you stop walking, you start to get really sweaty.
I know, I gotta start layering up here. Just jacket on. There, you want to glass up in there for a minute?
I mean, it dropped in temperature for sure. Or at least it feels like it with that wind cutting through you. I could use a little bit of agua.
As the temperature drops, our bodies redirect blood to the internal organs, which increases pressure. The kidneys actively produce urine to relieve the excess pressure. But this expedited process can quickly lead to dehydration, which directly affects a hunter's cognitive and physical performance.
It's tough country, man. Tough in how it looks, it's tough in how it lays, it's tough in how it hunts. You think about Alaska, at least all the places that we've hunted, you've got that solid like half mile off the river before the faces start, you know. I mean, this is just some of the stuff that you just can't even get up it.
Seeing the animals is only half the battle. Getting to the animals is the other half of the battle.
Yeah.
So, and this at least has a creek that still follows. We might be able to get up and check these back bowls and stuff.
Yeah.
Get off the creek. There's red deer tracks I saw down in the bottom, but no animals to speak of.
Well, it's nothing for these animals to just, I mean, they can be out on the face in the tussock a little bit and then they scoot into that bush and they're gone.
Gone.
Especially trying to come at them from underneath.
Yeah.
I mean, they got the advantage the whole way.
And I think today they're going to be tucked off the backside of this wind. We'll just have to get after it.
As winter descends over New Zealand's southern Alps, it brings sudden increases in wind and colder temperatures. These drastic changes in weather evoke a shift in the patterns and habitats of New Zealand's wildlife. Many high-elevation animals will migrate to lower terrain to escape the cold westerly winds and snow by taking shelter in the deep valleys where food is more plentiful. The high winds are a clear sign that change is on the horizon. The brothers will need to act quickly before this transition renders their current knowledge of animal habits irrelevant.
Well, we can only go so far with the time we have left. Now that we know there's nothing on these ridges, nothing on these faces, want to push on?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's see what the creek provides. I can tell you this much. I am done walking through this.
Oh, that's not
Because
even...
that broom and those thorns make it so difficult to walk through. I'm done with it.
Yeah.
So I'm side hilling on this right here.
I'm good with that. It looks like there's a little goat path that goes along there.
Yeah, I can see one right there. All right. Okie dokie.
It's gonna get steep.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, look at all this rock and this shale.
Having spent the last 2 hours hiking, Chris Keefer is finally closing in on a band of feral pigs. The steep terrain and thick cover makes it nearly impossible to track the pigs without guidance from his brother Casey, who is perched on an adjacent mountain. Having spent large amounts of energy trekking this far into the New Zealand wilderness, the brothers desperately need this hunt to be successful.
Good, good, good. He's going left. At least he understood me. Chris is making pretty good time. He's pretty well even with us already. He's heading up there and I can still see the pigs up there. They're back in the same spot, so he's cruising up that ridge pretty good. Okay, they gotta be over the next ridge. They're not here. Chasing them ridge to ridge now. This is not fun. Okay, gotta go. Okay, I can see them. They just moved. Just moved down to the left. I think I can make it to the next ridge. Okay, I'm going for it. He says they're straight down. They gotta be in this valley somewhere. I'm gonna get set up right here. They're in here somewhere. I just don't know exactly where. They're up here. Chris is still sitting back up on that rock right there. Glassing down in there. Through the scope. It's just, I just don't think he can see. I mean, that's what it comes down to, is I just don't think he can see through that stuff. I'm kind of left helpless but to sit here and watch, with no real way to communicate that 2 of the 3 pegs have disappeared. They're in here somewhere. Right here, see it? Right here, look at the trees right here. Just stay on the bush. Oh, there he is, big black one coming out. Okay, ready? What is going on? Are you kidding me?
Completely wrapped up in the hunt, Chris forgot to load a bullet into the chamber.
Is he gone? He's gone. What the? Oh my gosh! Did I not load one? Where I can just see brush down at the bottom. Are you kidding me right now?
As realization sets in, Casey can only watch as their last opportunity at food slips away.
Never reloaded the gun. That's such a miserable fail. Unbelievable. Okay. I saw that grass moving. I clicked back down, took the safety off, pulled the trigger, and I forgot to reload the gun. The hog took off to the left. I only got it for a second. And the other 2 skirted and went down off the cliff, off the top right there. And we just came out of here with nothing. With absolutely nothing. And it's because I jacked it up. I failed miserably. That is unbelievable. I know better. It's gonna be the worst hike back to camp ever. And I had it and I missed it and I jacked it up on myself. And I pissed off. This sucks.
What do you got?
I couldn't see him.
Couldn't see him?
No.
I figured you couldn't see him.
I couldn't see him in the brush. And it was like playing whack-a-mole. It was like brush and then brush, and I was kind of all over. And then all of a sudden I just saw black move to the left. I came up on it, click, and I never loaded another shell.
Oh.
And then I just frazzled. And it took me a second to figure out, like, okay, like what happened? And then by the time I beat on it and fumbled it and everything else, black one was gone off to the left. And
that gray one walked up on the right side when you were probably looking at the black one.
Yeah.
She walked up on the right side, stood in the shale for like 30 seconds. I mean, just standing there. And then she kind of went down towards the bottom, went right out and around.
Yeah.
The big one. I never saw the light gray one. They started moving out of nowhere. You got to the knob, and then it was like all at once, and it wasn't you. They just moved up and over there and went to the next one, and that's when I'm like, oh, because I was expecting for you to walk up there and me go like this, and then bam, and we're done.
Yeah.
Shows you how quickly things can change.
Nothing's a guarantee.
Nothing's ever a guarantee.
Well,
Okay.
sorry, man.
Hey.
I had this taste of sweet pork, but that's twice they've eluded us.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? We should hunt our way back.
Yeah.
I mean,
We're still far from camp, so let's hunt our way back. And
we got a lot of ground to cover.
we're getting on evening, so that's good. Maybe some more stuff out.
Yeah, let's just hunt back.
And we got to leave bright and early. We're gonna have any prayer make an extraction.
There's no telling if we're gonna make it on time.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
Surviving across vast expanses of unknown wilderness is not for the faint of heart. Over the years, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer have proven time and time again they are willing to face these challenges head on. They've battled hunger,
Gotta eat as many as we possibly can.
fatigue,
Oh my God!
predators,
Yeah, there. He's coming right at us.
freezing cold,
I'm not prepared for 11 degrees, man.
and wicked terrain throughout Alaska, the Yukon, and now New Zealand's South Island. Each new experience, mistake or success, etches itself into their memory.
We got a long ways to go.
The final days spent in these ancient corners of the world is always a challenge, as the land calls for them to stay, but they must actively work toward extraction. The brothers must once again put their journey behind them and set their sights on their final destination.
Okay. Well, fire's built.
You just stoke one up and build one in case somebody has to come in quick.
Yeah, well, that's ready. All they gotta do is light it. So, got a little Java there?
I do. I'm sucking down the last little bit of black coffee.
Shall we sign the book?
Yeah, sign the book, and then we hit the road.
There we go.
This weather's changing, man.
You see that water right there? Definitely higher. It's got a little bit of color to it too. It's got to be some significant weather.
It's definitely bringing something different in because these peaks are completely snow covered.
Winter is here.
As long as we can stay out ahead of it,
Water like that, being a little bit higher, should be moving us downriver pretty decent.
which is going to be great.
High, fast-flowing waters will help propel the brothers downstream, But with a damaged raft, the increased speed could also make the trip more dangerous.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's go. Only problem is, I'll bet you $10 that that raft is flat as a pancake.
Oh, yeah, she probably is gonna be flat.
That could pose an issue, especially in this floodwater.
Yep.
With less than 24 hours left and even less sunlight to navigate by, the brothers must make their way over 38 miles downriver toward their extraction site. With such a limited time window and the threat of an early winter storm on the horizon, the brothers can't afford any setbacks if they hope to make it to the LZ on time.
Look at that thing, dude.
Oh, glad you didn't take the bet.
This looks demoralizing.
To reinflate the raft would take time the brothers don't have.
Just a constant battle. Look at this thing. It's gotta be all the seams. Everything's leaking now, man.
Definitely flat.
I don't know why I expected anything different, you know?
That right there might slow us down a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't have but one choice. Just to get it pumped up.
Pump it up. See how long it lasts. We're not riding anywhere like this.
This raft is literally the bane of my existence right now.
Chris and Casey Keefer are trying to reach their extraction site located several miles downriver. Forced to stop and reinflate their primary means of transportation time and time again, their quickly failing raft is proving more of a hindrance than a benefit. With only a few hours of sunlight left, their current pace is not a sustainable one if they hope to reach the LZ.
It's all these seams are leaking, and so there's nothing to fix. It's not like we have something to fix it with at this point. It's ridiculous. Come on. Well, I'm not feeling too good about this right now. We thought this was actually gonna speed us up with this river flow, but right now, I mean, we're just sinking, and it's just constant.
Dude, I'm like crazy flat back here. I'm actually taking on water, and I'm in water up to my waist.
Yeah.
So I'm over it. I'm just freaking pulling over and blowing this thing up. It's just burning time.
We're wasting a ton of time right now. We're not drafting. It's not a good situation. We gotta pull over and discuss this. This is not good. I can pull over right here, or try. No, I can pull off here.
Yeah, dude. I can hear this thing literally just leaking all over the place. I'm just getting soaked back here. Let's get it up there.
There. Slowing us down big time.
I'm done with
Frustrating
it,
right now.
I'm done with it. Like, when I say done with it, I mean I'm done with it.
So what are you suggesting?
Leave
We walk?
Leave it sit right here. Mark it. If we keep stopping every half mile to try and blow this thing up, there's no telling if we're gonna make it on time. My right arm is literally like, I could probably wring water out of my shirt, my jacket, I'm completely soaked. So if we did make it, I'd be swimming the rest of the way, and I'm not doing that. It's stupid. I'd be freaking hypothermic by the time I get there.
Okay, so what do you suggest? We just pillage the boat for stuff that we can take and then hit the ground?
Leave it right here. Pillage it for what we can get. I mean, probably take the rope, take the bow and the stern ropes here. That way if we got to cross somewhere or something, at least we can tether. Maybe that carabiner, shouldn't leave that behind, the carabiner and the flip line. Everything else, I mean, the raft's the raft, leave it sit here. Mark it on the GPS, we'll figure it out. We got a chopper can fly in and pick it up. I'm over it.
I don't know, I'm sketchy about the whole situation, because as soon as we leave the raft, we get into a situation down there where we're gonna need it, and I don't know, we leave this, we're on foot, we're committed to being on foot. And that's miles and miles of walking right now, which again, I'm not opposed to doing.
I mean, I literally have zero leverage.
No, because the thing is, it's not holding there.
Dude, I'm all for walking because right now I'm swimming. We have time right now. If we decide, pillage and bail, go on foot, we have time right now. We can push, we got miles to go, but we'll just bury our heads and go.
With rising water levels, should the brothers choose to leave the raft behind, they may inadvertently trap themselves on the wrong side of the river.
I'll
I'm over it.
follow you to the depths of Babylon on this one, I guess. I just want to make sure that we think it through, that if we leave it here, it's done, it's gone. We'll come back for it,
fine.
but right now our main objective is get to extraction, and if we got to make ground, at least on foot we can make ground, so I agree with you.
Leaving the raft is a risky move. There would be no time to turn back should they suddenly need it.
Start pillaging.
Take the bow and the stern lines.
Yeah. God, I'm so wet. Just pissed me right off. Of course, they'd knot this rather than hitch it. FYI, this knot's gonna take a while to get undone.
Chris and Casey Keefer have decided to discard their unreliable raft and make the rest of their journey toward extraction on foot. The brazen decision could prove problematic downriver should the water levels continue to rise, but with no means of fixing the crippled raft, it would continuously cost them time and energy they don't have.
Got it?
I'm good. I get that raft up.
If that river rises, we don't want it downstream when we have to come back for it. Not that it would float anyway.
That's plenty.
Right here?
Yeah. That river rises that much in one day.
We're in trouble on foot, I can tell you
We got
that
bigger
much.
issues.
That's what I got.
Peace.
That's what I got for that. Oh, okay, now we gotta assess this, man.
I mean, we gotta find somewhere to cross.
Figure it out. You got the in reach?
Yep, I got it all in my pack. Peace, raft.
As afternoon gives way to evening, Chris and Casey are making up for lost time. The decision to make the trek on foot has been the correct one so far, but the river has yet to offer a viable crossing point.
Well, that's all she wrote for this gravel bar, huh?
This could pose a little bit of an issue.
Yeah. She just stops, boom. Straight cliff down this
Oh,
edge.
this is a deep eddy too.
That's deep right there, guaranteed.
All right. Well, we got a couple options here. When you run out of gravel, we could, in fact, use the rope. If we wanted to rope up, one of us could anchor. We could try to cross right here.
Like back in this flat somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
Only thing I worry about with that is at this kind of level of water, I don't know how deep that channel is out there, and it could be disastrous quickly.
Oh yeah. You can't tell how deep it is at all. Plus, it's moving pretty swift.
Yeah. Even though we're roped up, if one of us was out there and let's say we did go down, the other one's anchored not good enough, we're both in.
Yeah.
And we're too close to extraction to try to risk that, I think.
Well, you know how river crossings go.
Yep.
To the untrained eye, water depth and speed can be dangerously deceiving. Friction created by soil, rock, and debris slows the water along the riverbed and shoreline. These differing water surfaces, called laminar flows, mean your feet can have good traction on the river bottom, but your knees will take the full brunt of the force of the current, which could knock you over. Forging a river becomes an extreme balancing act with each step. Equipment and clothing increases surface area and makes the struggle to stay upright even more difficult. The brothers won't risk crossing the river until their safety is guaranteed, which could be miles downriver.
Well, you know what option B is?
Option B is to get up elevation.
Up and around.
Yeah. Well, that's option A. The smart move is option A.
We can't walk the side anymore, we're out of room.
Yeah.
So let's get up top.
Yep.
And see if we can't see down. It looks like it's a valley.
Yep. Well, in these valleys, like if you look at it, you know, see how it opens up. Usually when they open up, at least there's some braids, you know, generally they braid out. So we bust up top there, get some elevation, maybe find either another spot to cross or hopefully it actually braids out and we can
get across
scoot across it. So
Okay.
get up here.
We're getting closer.
Oh yeah. That's it right there, man.
Yeah, that'll work. It's brightening out a little bit.
Yeah, much better decision to get up here and take a look at it than trying to cross that.
Oh,
That would have been a disaster.
yeah, it would have.
That's extraction.
That's it.
Way down there, but we can make it, man.
There, that's all. We're making pretty good time so far. Just keep rolling.
Let's get there before dark.
Yeah.
Don't want to be walking across rivers in the dark. All right.
Well, the decision to bail on the raft has paid off. So far, we're making good time. We're actually going a lot faster than we were in the raft. Walking's not too bad. A little bit of gravel, a little bit of brome, but overall not bad, hey?
No, so far so good. I'm in. I mean, it's not exactly the nice comfy ride of a boat, but it wasn't a comfy ride anyway.
If it's comfy, shouldn't be doing it. Yeah, that's a deal. Be cruising down this thing, we'll be out of here in no time. Get to extraction, get set up, settle in for the night, wait on the chopper, because we are almost out of here. You good?
Good.
Okay, we're good. Let's roll.
Looking back on it, man, that's the worst thing I ever had in my life.
I puked from eating.
A billy goat.
I literally have an iron stomach, and I puked. Like it was a billy. It was so bad.
And Nanny was good though.
The nanny was
Nanny was good.
Nanny was fine.
Nanny was great. I'm glad we had that. That got us through. We were able to stomach that, no problem. But
Probably should have killed a nanny the first go around, huh?
I wasn't up on my New Zealand yet. I had to learn the hard way.
So bad. That's it, man.
This is our flat.
It's basically right here somewhere.
Bingo.
You can land a chopper anywhere in here.
This is a nice little thing here, huh?
Yeah, man, why don't we just camp right here?
Absolutely. Plenty of dead wood for a fire.
Yep. So
Well.
we're just fine.
I gotta say, your decision was good. We made it before dark.
Yeah, we did. On foot, too. Okay, let's double check this.
Let them know we're here
Yeah,
and ready for pickup.
yeah, we're right here. We are on the line.
The end of our journey, man. Good job.
That's it.
We did it. End of the journey.
Oh, still got a little bit of light to burn, too.
Get a fire going.
Yep.
But I plan on sleeping right here. It's gonna be perfect. Like this. Man, it's been an amazing trip.
Quite the adventure, huh?
So different. New Zealand is so different, but I love it.
I was thinking the exact same thing. You know, it's just different all around. Feels different being here in the spring for us, you know.
I know.
Fall for New Zealand, obviously.
It's
but spring
turkey
for
season
us.
when we get back.
I know.
That's different.
Yeah.
Shot out of a cannon. Shower first or eat first?
Ooh. Shower.
Shower.
I stank. Shot out of a cannon, what are you going to eat first?
Oh, see. I always crave buffalo wings and pizza. Every single time.
Same. Wings and pizza.
I don't know what it is.
I know. T-minus 13 hours. Wings and pizza.
Well,
I'm glad it's not goat.
dropped in New Zealand is coming to a wrap.
Comes to an end on a bright sunny morning. A better way to get extracting on a day like today.
This day is always bittersweet because when you're in the heart of it, it's going so fast and you don't really realize how fast it's going.
It's been a long journey since we got started in here, but it's been worth it. You know, if there's one way I could sum this trip up, it's basically the unknown.
This terrain has proven to be the most difficult terrain I've ever had to hunt. Some of the steepest canyons, some of the sharpest rock.
But we thrust ourselves right into the middle of it. It spit us out on the other end a couple of weeks later, and we're better for it.
As I sit back and kind of think about things and how it has all come together, we've seen absolutely everything that New Zealand has to offer, from weather to mountains to whitewater, and we conquered.
Good to go? Good to go. All right. Rock and roll, man. Here we go.
My brother and I are blessed to do this together.
There's a lot of different things that happen during this trip, the highs and lows, and just like anything, we fight through it, try to figure it out, and at the end of it, you've got one awesome adventure.
And really, that's what it's about.
You know, it just all depends on what you measure success by. You know, for Chris and I both, we measure it by what we learn and what we endure and what we go through when we're out here.
We did it. New Zealand's a success. I'm gonna miss this place.
Keep your eye out for brown trout. I still can't believe we went that far for a pig. Yeah. God, is this place ever gorgeous. Not a bad place to spend a few weeks.
Hunters have always been the first to venture into the wilderness. Whether driven by necessity or a thirst for adventure, brothers Chris and Casey Keefer pit themselves as hunters and survivors in some of the world's most dangerous and unpredictable landscapes. Now, they face the punishing New Zealand wilderness. Dropped with only the clothes on their backs, the brothers' only chance of survival is to locate supply-yielding caches placed by the producers throughout their journey. To acquire them, the brothers must beat the clock and survive the gauntlet that is the New Zealand wilderness with virtually nothing.
Amazing grace, what sweet sight. See her dressed in white. I once was lost, but now I'm found through her amazing grace and a soft cotton lace.
This season on Dropped Expedition South Pacific, the Keefer brothers tackled challenges like never before as they hiked, rafted, and hunted their way through the rugged wilderness of New Zealand's South Island. For the first time since their return, Chris and Casey Keefer are sitting down to discuss the ups, downs, and most pivotal moments from their New Zealand adventure.
So, you're flying in on a helicopter. You're about to get dropped. What do you think?
I gotta tell you, the helicopter ride in, ridiculous.
You wish the flight was longer. I mean, first of all, you're flying in a helicopter.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, in itself is unbelievable. You hit the ground, you've got all this excitement, and you find helmets right away.
Finding the helmets in the very first cache threw me for a big loop this year.
What the hell do we have helmets for?
Hitting the proper line is crucial to the brothers' survival. Trying to correct course mid-river will be almost impossible.
Good line. Start pushing left.
The brothers have made it past the rock, but it was just a precursor for the dangers that lie ahead.
Right here, keep going. Keep going, good, good.
Okay, stay right, stay right, stay right.
Comes the line. Stay in the center, stay in the center. Don't lose it, watch the rock, watch the rock. Okay, good, good, good. Now, center. Got it. Boom. Nice line.
So, what do you think? Should we put these helmets on?
Once again this year, you guys had to rely on caches. What were your thoughts on some of the items that you received in the caches this year?
I don't know, maybe trying to divide us a little bit down there was definitely interesting.
Every cache is a decision. I mean, that's what it comes down to. And for me, I'm kind of torn on the caches. Half of me likes them because it's a real challenge and that, you know, it tries to divide us a little bit and we kind of have to work together to figure it out. But the other half of me is like, just give me my stuff and let me go. Just let me do this, you know. Every cache is interesting.
Or at least try to.
Oh, you hear that?
What? Oh.
It's in reach.
I was wondering what that was, because we didn't get our thing last night.
No, we didn't get it last night. Oh, we
usually get it when we validate and we didn't get it.
Okay.
What do you got?
Hold on a second here.
Is it confusing or?
It says we have 2 caches ahead, but we have to pick one. Take the high hard road and be rewarded, or raft the river and find luxury.
We have to be at the next cache today?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, be rewarded. I'd like to be rewarded with luxury. How does that happen? We have to pick one? We can't split and go to both of them.
No, we have to pick one.
Are they both the same distance away?
Yeah, it says we've got 1 mile and 1 mile.
Hey, one by foot, one by water.
Chris and Casey's third cache will test the brothers' ability to cooperate. The hard road cache is tucked away high in the foothills above the brothers' current location, while the river cache is located a mile downriver buried deep in a gravel bar. With only 6 hours to find either, the brothers must choose one quickly or risk losing both.
If we go by foot, we come back here. If we go by water, we're moving again. We have no idea what we're gonna get into. I say we stick with the plan that we had. I would rather stay in this camp and hunt this valley, go up and hard and see if we can't find it.
Yeah, but luxury. I mean, what could be luxury?
Chris's frustration mounts with each passing second as Casey weighs the options.
Is that ticking right now?
Right now,
like it's running.
We have to choose.
So I say we grab our gear and let's hoof it. High hard road. Hunt our way there.
If we take the river, we can fish.
Yeah, but we got rabbits along the way and you're gonna let the first fish go anyway.
True, true.
I mean, let's be honest, we're gonna find a fish and you're gonna let him go anyway. So I say we just forget that entire situation and let's go this way for rabbits, food, and reward.
But luxury. I mean,
I know.
I'd have to assume that's gonna be a pretty nice deal.
Okay, well, that's my vote. I'm gonna throw that out there.
We
I just don't wanna leave, I don't wanna hit the water, I don't wanna get in the raft. And if we go this way, we can hunt our way. And we never take the low road. Let's go.
Forced to make a hard choice, the brothers find themselves at odds with one another.
What are some of the ways that you guys get through that have an argument, or when you're not seeing eye to eye on a trip like this?
I think the most important thing when we're not seeing eye to eye is space. I think anybody's got to have that. I think you just got to separate. You got to let each other think about it, let each other calm down, give each other space, and, you know, reconvene at a later time, I would say.
No, that's probably true. Him and I, you know, we're brothers, so what do you expect? At the end of the day, we're gonna get after it a little bit. This year was better than most years. I think temperature had a lot to do with that. In previous seasons when we're freezing, that really does add to the fact that we're just ornery. And there was one time this year where you wanted out, you were like, I'm leaving. Not out in general, just out of that particular spot. And I knew you wanted out of it, and it wasn't gonna be the fact that I think you were actually gonna leave me. But at the end of the day, the best thing to do is just agree, because I knew you were at a breaking point.
Agree to disagree.
Agree to disagree. What do you mean hit the river? Like, you wanna hit the river now? Like today?
Yeah, we don't have to hit it like right now, but I figured we'd push out of here. I mean,
we haven't even got our instructions. Like where to go next.
Without knowing where their next cache location is, the brothers could easily float past the valuable equipment should they leave.
I mean, at this point, I'm over it. I mean, if we can hit the river, we can get down, scoot down around there and find out. I mean, what do we have here? We've got a canopy over our head and wood. That's it.
Some pretty big factors in keeping warm at night and everything else,
Hasn't been too bad at night. It's been all right. I'd just say we hit the river. I mean, I know when we're wasting time, and I feel like we're wasting time right now. I mean, I can tell you this: fishing's done. Like, not gonna happen.
Whatever.
Just,
we can
I'm done with
out.
it. I'm at the point. I'm done. Let's roll.
All right. Fine.
So
that's what you want to do.
You want to grab everything up there, do your thing, whatever.
I'm
gonna keep messing with this and try to get it figured out so we can get on the water.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. I mean, if that's what we want to do, that's what we're gonna do. If you want to move, let's move. We'll go.
I'm moving. So,
well,
I would assume if I'm moving, you're coming with me.
Not really much choice. So, you pump and I'll pack, I guess. I think it's the best idea. I don't have to say.
Casey's unilateral decision leaves Chris in a foul mood as he's forced to pack camp.
Believe it, I guess. He may not eat it, but I'm gonna choke it down because at this point, we have no choice. And at some point, he will have a choice.
Dropped Expedition South Pacific.
So, what did that feel like in the field when you wanted just something else to eat besides goat? To have 2 opportunities fall through, how does that feel? How do you bounce back from that?
Well, I can tell you how it feels. It feels terrible. You feel like you've done something wrong when, in actuality, it just happens. I mean, in the situation with Casey and that pig came out so fast. For me, I just felt horrible in the fact that I had my opportunity closer. I didn't know what to do. And you feel terrible in the time and in that moment, but live and learn, I guess.
You try to get over and you stew in it for a while, and then you realize that if you're gonna get over it, it's gotta be now and you gotta move on.
They're in here somewhere. Right here, see it? Right here, look at the trees right here. Stay on the bush. Oh, there he is, big black one coming out. You ready? What is going on? Are you kidding me?
Completely wrapped up in the hunt, Chris forgot to load a bullet into the chamber.
Is he gone? He's gone. What the? Oh my gosh! Did I not load one? I can just see brushed out at the bottom. Are you kidding me right now?
As realization sets in, Casey can only watch as their last opportunity at food slips away.
Never reloaded the gun. That's such a miserable fail. Unbelievable. Okay. I saw that grass moving. I clicked back down, took the safety off, pulled the trigger, and I forgot to reload the gun. The hog took off to the left. I only got it for a second. And the other 2 skirted and went down off the cliff, off the top right there. And we just came out of here with nothing. With absolutely nothing. And it's because I jacked it up. I failed miserably. That is unbelievable. I know better. It's gonna be the worst hike back to camp ever. I had it and I missed it and I jacked it up on myself. I pissed off. This sucks.
Can you guys tell us a little bit about what it was like to bite into that fresh goat meat right off the bat and what that taste was like?
I'll tell you exactly what it was like. Goat sucks. I mean, that's just, there's no way around that one. I mean, if you could taste a mouthful of hot pennies soaked in blood, you're eating goat. And that's as accurate as I can get.
I tried so hard to keep it in, so hard.
Can't do it, can't do it, smells like goat. Bah!
I'm just thinking about it right now.
People don't understand that you can smell a billy goat in New Zealand, honestly, from a quarter mile away.
Without any doubt in my mind that it's a goat.
Yeah, so if you can smell that, imagine what it tastes like. What do you think here? That's pretty done, eh?
Yeah. Get one off. Oh yeah,
They're done. Here, I'll let you do the honors.
Really?
It's your goat.
Okay.
And
I've had better. Every now and then I'm getting a hint of goat. Don't like it. Bad.
Oh my Lord. Tastes like iron.
The rancid meat is almost too much for Casey to handle.
But
it's cooked all the way through, there's no
I
doubt.
don't know. Omer's gonna power through it right now. I do not care Roo from the Arctic, I can tell you that much.
Okay, well, here we go.
It's warm all the way to the belly.
Oh my Lord.
Wow, it's so chewy.
The goat meat has quickly turned against the brothers.
So bad.
That's all we got right now. Well, we do have other means of heavy chew.
Oh.
Well, whew, that's my first goat. Probably gonna be my last goat.
I should power through it.
Listen, just gotta go for it.
We're gonna split up.
Well, I saw those rabbits up top.
Yeah.
Take that fly rod. Let's see if we can get some. Wow, it's not good. See if we can. Oh, a little goaty.
I'll go fishing.
Okay, that piece was goaty. That's an aftertaste like I've never had before. Okay. Wow. Oh, there you go. Hey now. It's bad.
Oh my God.
I'm with you.
Ooh. I can't live on this, there's no way.
Let's find a pig, let's find some rabbit, and let's find some trout. Oh, keep it in.
I've got to go fishing. I got to do something. Let's just leave this here and see if we can split up.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to get my fishing gear ready.
I'm going to try and eat as much as I possibly can because I'm hungry.
Having spent a large amount of energy hunting down the goat, they must search for a more viable food source quickly or be forced to choke down the goat meat.
See?
Oh. Oh. That is the worst thing I've ever had to eat in my life. Oh, come on. No way, we gotta get something else.
Talk about some of the things that happened that led you to that decision to leave that deflated raft behind and just charge forward on foot.
So when it comes to the raft, A, I was sick of sitting in water. And B, I was sick of it slowing us down more than anything. I mean, when you have to stop and constantly inflate it, it just becomes a drag, both mentally and physically. We don't need it. We can get there faster on foot. Leave it. I mean, that's literally what it was. I'm done with it. I'm over it.
It wasn't like we had one hole that we could figure out how to patch. All of the chambers were going flat, constantly having to stop. It was slowing us down. Walking and taking advantage of that was definitely the right call, and it got us to the LZ in time. And you know, looking back on it, that raft was a giant pain, but you know, without it, we wouldn't have covered the miles that we did.
I can hear him down here. I can hear him over here.
It's ridiculous. Come on.
Yeah, dude. I can hear this thing literally just leaking all over the place. I'm just getting soaked back here. Let's get it up there.
There. Slowing us down big time.
I'm done with
Frustrating
it,
right now.
I'm done with it. Like, when I say done with it, I mean I'm done with it.
So what are you suggesting? We walk?
Leave it sit right here. Mark it. If we keep stopping every half mile to try and blow this thing up, there's no telling if we're gonna make it on time. My right arm is literally like, I could probably wring water out of my shirt, my jacket, I'm completely soaked. So if we did make it, I'd be swimming the rest of the way, and I'm not doing that. It's stupid. I'd be freaking hypothermic by the time I get there.
Okay, so what do you suggest? We just pillage the boat for stuff that we can take and then hit the ground?
Leave it right here. Pillage it for what we can get. I mean, probably take the rope, take the bow and the stern ropes here. That way if we got to cross somewhere or something, at least we can tether. Maybe that carabiner, shouldn't leave that behind, the carabiner and the flip line. Everything else, I mean, the raft's the raft, leave it sit here. Mark it on the GPS, we'll figure it out. We got a chopper can fly in and pick it up. I'm over it.
I don't know. We leave this, we're on foot, we're committed to being on foot. And that's miles and miles of walking right now, which again, I'm not opposed to doing.
I mean, I literally have zero leverage.
No, because the thing is, it's not holding there.
Dude, I'm all for walking because right now I'm swimming. We have time right now. If we decide, pillage and bail, go on foot, we have time right now. We can push, we got miles to go, but we'll just bury our heads and go.
With rising water levels, should the brothers choose to leave the raft behind, they may inadvertently trap themselves on the wrong side of the river.
I'm over it. Follow you to the depths of Babylon on this one, I guess. I just want to make sure that we think it through, that if we leave it here, it's done, it's gone.
Leaving the raft is a risky move. There would be no time to turn back should they suddenly need it.
Start pillaging.
Take the bow and the stern lines.
Yeah.
You can use that. Other than that, let's drag it up. If that river rises, we don't want it downstream when we have to come back for it. Not that it would float anyway.
That's plenty.
Right here?
Yeah. That river rises that much in one day.
We're in trouble on foot, I can tell you that.
We got bigger
much.
issues.
That's what I got for that. Oh, okay, now we gotta assess this, man.
I mean, we gotta find somewhere to cross.
Figure it out.
Peace, raft. So this season of Dropped really, I mean, it embodies what we set out to do. We set out to challenge ourselves in any way possible. It's not about the kill for us. It's not about, you know, coming home with some giant animal to hang on the wall. It's about going out there and pitting ourselves against Mother Nature in the wilderness and taking everything she can throw at us and trying to give just as much back. So I think this season of New Zealand embodies that to a T.
Well, and you know what? We're blessed as brothers to be able to go do it. And we just encourage more people to get off the couch and to get after it and go do something that you thought you couldn't do, something that you want to challenge yourself with. That's what it's been about for us as brothers. We create a ton of memories while we're out there. New Zealand will always have a special place for us because it was in a completely different country, under different terrain. We had to learn the hunting style along the way. We got to navigate a completely different river than we used to. So as we come back and we talk about it, there's a lot of really amazing things that we get to take away from this journey in New Zealand. And we're super appreciative to get that opportunity. And you know what? I'm looking forward to the next time we get dropped. Where's that gonna be? What's that location? We don't know, but I'm certainly looking forward to it.
As long as we keep making it out alive, we'll keep doing it.